Hello everyone, and welcome to the 79th session of the Devouring Dark. So last time, stuff happened. They defeated the group defeated the announcer, and tried to get a bunch of treasure. That was pretty much it. And they were contacted by the djinn, and they were being teleported to the djinns' palace. Now, as can be seen, there's not as many people as there is normally. Some of them may not be coming, some of them may be coming, and some of them may be coming soon. So, who knows? But I guess we'll start off with, let's see. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to do at the place? The thing, the big palace area?
No, I think we pretty much finished up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So stalling for time isn't gonna work. So
Sorry, we already stole the treasury and took everything that we could have. Sorry. I mean, if you tell me that there's some shit that is not nailed down that I can take, sure, I will go and start taking some paintings off the walls, some tapestries, toss them into the room. There's vases.
There isn't too much like that. That isn't already in the treasure trove.
Well, I'm trying here, Matt. I'm trying,
buddy. Okay. So, I guess you guys are at the djinn's palace.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me see.
For my other cantrip, or the new cantrip I get to take, I'm going to take Toll the Dead.
Sure. You can do that. Okay. Let me just make sure that quality entertainment. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So. Alright. So here's what's gonna happen. Since we're waiting potentially for others to join, I'm gonna okay. So I'm gonna do it by okay, so just give me a second. Because what I'm basing this on is going to take me a second to find out. So yes. Give me a second. Okay. Alright, Ado-san, you end up in front of the djinn. However, where's my thing? Okay. Okay. It tells me. Okay. And what was the number? Okay. 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 And Lucius, you don't know where you are. You're standing on a cloud, and you're not in front of anybody, and nobody's around you.
Do I have the loot around me?
No, you do not.
I go
Since
off
Robobear
and
was
search.
carrying the loot.
Well, there was other loot that was being teleported with you guys.
I will go off in search of friends, comrades, and more importantly, the loot.
Okay, make a perception check.
Do I get advantage?
You do not.
16.
Alright, you turn around, and in the distance, you see what looks like a spire, perhaps? Like a tall stone thing, but it's really far away, and you can only see the top of it.
Okay, I'll move over. Start moving towards it.
Okay. Ado-san, none of your comrades are around you. You're the only one in front of the djinn.
So just look around like, where's everyone?
That's odd. He looks he looks beside you on both sides.
This is not good, is it?
I don't know.
I
They're
would
supposed to be
say...
here.
What did he say?
He said they're supposed to be here.
Yeah, I expected as much, but this is not good.
Yeah, you turn around, there's a pile of treasure behind you.
Okay, that's just the treasure. Okay. Do you have any idea where they might be?
He goes, they were supposed to be right there. He seems really confused.
Perhaps some kind of mess up of, well, the magic being still a bit like by the weird darkness.
He just sort of shrugs.
Try again?
Well, I guess I can attempt to locate them.
Yeah, that would be very handy.
He just sort of places his hand on the side of his face, and I'll roll, why not? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. He rolled really well. He goes, I sense 3 presences on the roof, but I don't seem to sense where your other companion was.
Oh. That's not good. Perhaps he will contact me. But let's at least get the 3 that are on the roof. That would be, well, very nice not to leave them on the roof.
Alright, I guess I can try to continue locating, but I
Yeah, at least that's
don't.
final one. I will go get those ones that are on the roof.
And he yells out as you're about to walk, like he has this huge hall, and that you guys ate your meal in that one time and all that stuff. And he goes, as soon as you're about to leave the giant double doors that are at the other end of the hallway, or the hall, he goes, but he doesn't seem to be in the castle. As you're leaving.
Well, that's a problem. Where is he then?
He shrugs, but the other three seem to be on the roof.
Okay, well, I will get them. So where something just goes to the roof,
Alright,
making his way up there.
alright. You start attempting to navigate your way up to the roof. Alright. We switch back to Lucius. He's attempting to get closer to this stone thing that he sees in the distance. And he does. It starts coming into view, getting a little closer and closer. And it appears to be some sort of structure, perhaps a castle. Any response?
Sorry, I forgot I had a mute. Yeah, move up to start moving up.
Okay. I need you to make another perception check. Alright. You just barely succeeded in seeing that the cloud that you are currently standing on is not connected to the cloud where the castle is. There's about a 70 to 80-foot span between the cloud that you're standing on and the cloud that the castle appears to be on.
Can I see of any way that they are connected?
No. Not from your perception check. You just barely noticed that the hole was there and stopped just before putting your foot in the hole.
If I polymorph myself into a creature that can fly, am I able to then fly?
Yes, that would be a thing, except you would need to be polymorphed into a creature that has sufficient intelligence for you to continue to go in the direction that you want to go. Like if it has like 1 or 0 intelligence, then you might just go off somewhere else.
Okay. I'm going to take a short rest.
Okay.
Because with Alter Self, would I be able to give myself wings?
Throw the spell into the thing.
I was just looking at it right now.
Aquatic adaptation, change appearance, natural weapon. Does it say that it can give other things?
No, it just says those three.
Choose one of the following options. Then, if it doesn't say gives things as such as these examples, then I could have given you something else. But if it's just those three, then it only gives you those. So you choose polymorph instead.
Well, no, I'm looking.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Well, I'd also need a brick out of mirror. unless just looking at my hands would count as seeing myself.
Okay.
I was trying to think, what could I turn myself into? Are griffins intelligent?
They are, but are they within the
That's the thing.
range of things you can choose?
It doesn't
Not
actually really say.
Yeah.
The new challenge rating. Well, is it a challenge rating 10?
Is that the challenge rating of a griffin?
Oh yeah, because I can change myself into a CR10.
Oh, okay.
Anything 10 or lower. So if I can turn myself into a dragon, I'll turn myself into a dragon real quick and fly over there.
Let me just double check. Challenge ratings of typical dragons. Ancient ones are definitely off the table.
Yeah.
Adult ones are also off the table.
How about
So
young dragon?
Yeah, the best one you can do is a young.
Well, young
Then
has an intelligence over 10, right?
Yes, it does.
Cool.
It
So
has
yeah,
16.
I should still remember all my information, everything. I will turn into a red dragon with the polymorph spell.
Oh, you picked the worst one.
Because
No, they're self-centered
Red
assholes.
dragons are like the embodiment beside black dragons of evil.
Oh, I chose
however,
the red one.
he still retains the stuff that he was thinking of because he retains his mind. He just doesn't retain his stats is the problem. So if
You retain your alignment and personality. So
okay, yeah, that doesn't matter.
So yeah, I just turn into the dragon. I'll fly across over to the castle cloud, and then when I get on the ground and I make sure I'm on like sure footing, I will end the spell.
Okay. You can technically use it for an hour, so you could potentially fly to the castle, but if you just want to do that, that's fine. You land on the other side.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I can fly up to the castle, I'll fly up to like the castle door and then change back. And if I have access as if I am a young red dragon, and they have their own transformation spell into a human, and I have access to that, I will go ahead and use it, if that's possible.
For a young one, definitely not.
Alright, then I will just end the spell.
Okay. So, yes. You start flying over. I need to make a roll. Okay. So, as you're flying over, you hear from below, and you look over and you see what looks like an Aarakocra pointing at you, and a couple of other Aarakocra readying weapons as you're flying closer to the castle.
I'll dive and avoid them. Try to come in for a landing where I can change back into Lucius and get some cover.
Okay. Yeah, they see you swoop down, and if you want to attempt to hide behind something, the closest thing is the castle, and there is no other infrastructure or anything else other than clouds nearby that you could try to hide behind.
Then, yeah, I guess I'll try to hide behind the castle.
Alright, make a stealth check. Alright, they're going to try to see you. 16, for some reason it rolled twice. So they see you going around the castle. So you have half cover as they attempt to attack you. Okay, Edakoko. They have a +4. Alright, 18, 15, Natural 20 and 14. So
14.
with half cover, what hits you?
What does half cover give me?
I think it's +5? I don't remember.
If it's +5, then the only one hitting me is the crit.
Okay. Just double check. +2 AC.
+2?
Yeah.
Alright, so then the 18 and the 24 will hit.
Okay. Perfect.
And is that from two separate people?
Yes.
Alright. One of them is going to get hit with Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. That is they roll. Okay. So boop and boop. Take
14?
6 and 8. Yep. And one of them takes 9. Alright, that guy is definitely going to back off. So he gets hit. What's the range on Hellish Rebuke, by the way? 60?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say you're in range, yeah. That's not too close. Okay, so it was 9. Okay. Yeah, that one is immediately bloodied and he backs off behind the edge of the castle because you're kind of on the ground. And he's up on a ledge on the castle, so he just sort of backs away into the window or
How many are
ledge
left?
that he's on. There is currently rolled 4, so 3.
Alright, not to pull a spell up. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and use that new one, that new cantrip I was gonna use.
Sure.
Toll the Dead.
Sure.
So the target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Okay.
DC 17.
Rolled a 4.
Cool. So you're gonna take 2d8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh, 13. Cool.
Alright. So one falls back, and you did exactly his hit points. So
He
he
died.
falls unconscious on the platform that he's currently standing on.
And then I will yell out to the rest of them. You do not want to fight me. Pull your friend back. Do not attack me again and give me entry into the castle.
Alright, make a persuasion check. Or intimidation. I assume they're the same for you anyway.
Sorry, hit twice. No, persuasion's actually a little better.
That's okay. I'll
So
let
22.
it go. Okay. They back off. They walk into the castle. However, you don't see any door where you currently are. Because
Well, I'll
he just
walk
sort of
around.
swooped down as soon as you got seen.
Well, I'll walk around where they were at.
Okay, you start looking around where they were. Make another perception.
Wow, these are some high rolls.
Alright, you sort of peer around corner, and then you look back at the wall that you're currently at. There's no entrance. There might be one on one of the other two sides, but they're not within your current visual range. You'll have to walk there in order to get to them.
Walk around.
Okay. And as that is happening, Edo-san, you start going up to the roof, and you've been close to the area that you think that they might be. There was a sort of landing pad for giant eagles.
Yeah.
So you start heading there, and you go there. They're not there. They're not on the landing pad, but you can see an access to the roof from where you currently are.
Well, I used that to get there. Guess
Sure.
I don't really know.
It's a ladder. So you start climbing the ladder, and you start climbing up onto the roof, and you hear what sounds like a commotion. Like people shooting, people shouting, like a fight just happened.
Yeah, just look up like what the hell's going on now.
Alright, make a perception check.
Okay, perception. Would be handy if I didn't close my sheet.
Perfect.
Perception.
22.
22.
Alright, you see some Aarakocra aiming at a person standing on the ground, and he shouts at them. They back off into the castle, and then you see the person just sort of looking around, and then he just walks around a corner and you don't see him anymore.
Wait, didn't I recognize them?
No, you would have need to have gotten a little higher. Because
Okay.
he's quite far away. You're on top of a castle and he's at the bottom of it.
Okay. Well, okay, then that's new.
Alright.
But I will just go up to the roof as I'm going to plan to get stuff that I needed to get.
Alright.
And that's my friends. And I will get them to the gym and then I will look out for this person.
Alright, you get on top of this current ladder. You see two paths before you. Like you're on like a little balcony area that has there's technically three. There's a door that leads inside to you don't know what. And there's two ladders that go up further.
Yeah, but I didn't see them from the landing pad, my friends. I mean.
No. You just know that they're on the roof.
Oh, I thought I saw them from the current location.
No.
Oh, if that were the case, then I first would. It is the highest point on the castle, right?
Where you currently are? No.
I mean the Eagle landing pad place.
No, that is not either.
Oh.
That is on a lower point. Like here's the castle. Here's the landing pad. You went up to a balcony area, and the top is somewhere over here.
Okay, well, I'm first going to check out that top. Perhaps they're up there. I don't know what he considers the roof.
Okay, fair enough. Make an investigation check to see which of these paths might be to the highest point.
Okay, investigation. That's 23.
Alright. You see that the left ladder goes a little higher than the right ladder, so then you climb the left ladder.
Nothing new to me today, Jared. Just climbing ladders like it's normal.
Alright. And on this one, you get to a plateau. It kind of looks like they actually built they have shingles and things like that on this roof. So it's a pretty modernized building compared to what you may have seen in other places. And you get to the top, so it's sort of like it was sort of on an incline, and then you get to this platform, and now you're on a top flat area, and there's a couple of spires of different heights surrounding you.
Hmm.
But on this platform, you don't see anyone.
Well, I guess they are even up higher then.
I need
I
you
mean,
to
I
make
am.
a perception check.
Oh boy, that's 11.
You hear maybe the wind blowing, but you hear what sounds like something strange as you feel like air moving past your body. You're not sure what it is.
Huh. Just look around, trying to see what the hell this sound is.
Alright, make an investigation.
Something I'm a bit better at. At 22.
Alright, you look at the spires. 3 of the 4 spires seem to have people on them. And one of them appears to be trying to get your attention.
Gingerly get closer to the one that's trying to get my attention.
Okay, you can walk pretty close, but there's a gap that's 20 feet. And then there's a spire that goes up approximately 50 to 60 feet higher than where your current position is.
Well, time to pull out the age-old magic trick of called jump.
Okay. So you cast jump on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either jump vertically or horizontally, which both of which are not going to help you.
Oh, bugger.
But you can attempt to climb the outside of the spire if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, you jump across the 20-foot gap, and I'm gonna need you to make an acrobatics check. See if you can
Hippity
catch
hoppity.
on to something that you can
Hippity
actually hold.
hoppity. There goes not my property.
Alright, you manage to grab onto the side of uh, the spire. However, you have to climb between 60 and 70 feet up to get to where your companion is. So I'm going to need you to make an athletics check to see if you can climb.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. Athletics. Nope.
Alright, you start climbing, and then you're you're just going normally, and then you reach up, you don't realize you didn't grab onto a brick that's far out enough for you to grab, and then you just lift up your other hand, not realizing you didn't grab it, and you are now flipping backwards down the spire. You can attempt to do something
Headaches,
if you want.
headaches quickly into the wall, like, eh!
Alright, make an attack with your hand axe.
My Mr. Choppy the Chop Chop. 16!
Alright, that hits
Yay!
the wall. Let's see how much damage you do, so that way we can see if you
That's an
remain
8.
in the wall. Yes. Let me just see.
And headaches doesn't have a lot of damage. I rolled a 5.
Yeah, you did well. Um, so it sticks into the wall, but you're not sure how long it's gonna stay in the wall.
Quickly grab, make sure that I'm secure again.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
14.
Alright, you're stable enough to try to continue if you wish to climb up.
Yeah, I'm going slowly back down, like, no, this is not for me, obviously.
Alright, so since you still have the spell jump on you, you can just jump back to the roof if you want.
Yeah, just go back to the roof. Because
Okay,
this
you're
was a
back on the
bad
roof.
idea. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
get one of the. Since I do have the cap of. What was it called again? Uh, I forgot. Yeah, helm of comprehend languages, I just go to ask one of the Croakers if they can help me, well, get to there, or if they can see what it is.
There are no Aarakocra within range, so you would have to walk to a different location.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. As I said, I'm going to search for one.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Something I'm good at. Don't feel me now. And it bloody failed me with an 11.
You look around. Even you go back to the Eagle landing pad area. There's nobody. You can try going back in, but that would take you quite a while.
Yeah, I need to find someone that can actually fly instead of, well, not fly.
Okay, you start going inside. Alright, so Lucius, you are walking around the exterior of this building. I need you to roll a d6. Excuse me.
4.
Perfect. You definitely did find the side with the entrance into the castle. You see what looks like a... It's not a drawbridge because there's no moat, but it's sort of like a door that comes down into the floor,
Okay.
and you're standing in front of it.
I'll knock on it with a mage hand.
Okay? Tung, tung, tung. You hear what sounds like scuffling on the other side. Well, shuffling and people moving. But you can't see through the door, so you just sort of wait. If you want, unless you want to do something.
No, wait.
Alright. You hear what sounds like cogs and levers being moved. And suddenly the door quickly just shoots down into the floor. And you see what looks like maybe 12 Aarakocra just sort of standing there with weapons drawn, looking at you.
I was brought here by a genie.
They they just look at each other. They all go. One of them goes. The other one goes. And he shrugs his shoulders.
I'll put my finger up like wait, pull up my spellbook, and cast comprehend languages.
Okay. They seem a little wary at first, and one of them slightly steps forward as he sees you trying a magic spellbook. But you finish the spell quickly enough that he doesn't get to you or do anything to you before you finish. And what do you do?
And say again, I was sent here, or I was brought here by a genie.
And they start looking at each other, and the one guy goes, "Oh, he must be being eccentric again." And the other one goes, "Perhaps." And one of them cautiously, with his, it looks like he's got like, you know how bird feet look? They got that weird skin on them. Well, he's motioning you forward with one of those weird looking hands that kind of looks like a bird talon.
Slowly move forward.
All right. 3 soldiers on either side of you flank you, and they start escorting you.
Do they still have their weapons drawn?
Not at the moment. They put them away.
Okay. Just follow them wherever they're leading.
Okay. Just a second. Okay. Seems like Preben is actually able to show up. So. Perhaps he'll be here in a second. Either way.
Oh, cool.
So, you guys enter, or you enter the palace as Edo-san is wandering around the castle. Make another investigation check.
Oh boy, investigations. That's a natural 20.
Alright. You come to a weird area in the castle you've never been in before. You decided to go down a different area to see if you could find somebody, because it seems like all the areas you've been in don't have anybody. So you went down a weird area that you've never seen before, and you come to a balcony, and you look down. There's about a 5 or 6 story drop in the room that you're currently in, but you're looking down, and you can see a bunch of Aarakocra escorting somebody.
I do know Lucius, so I know him.
You're six floors up, so it might be hard to recognize him.
Oh,
You
thank
just
you.
see a-
Scope that I built. No, I have a scope on my rifle. Just take
Yeah,
it
you
off,
can do that.
look through it.
Yeah, you can do that if you
I
want.
also have a certain sachet to my hips when I'm walking. So you can tell from 100 yards, sir.
Really, with his natural sight, all he could see was 3 Aarakocra, and a, perhaps, depending on what shade of tiefling you are, he sees whatever shade, color, but from his perspective, it could just be someone's clothes that are exuberant or whatnot. But after he uses the scope, he does, in fact, see that it is Lucius being escorted into the building.
Just yell down, go like, "Hey, Lucius, what are you doing?"
I'll
Alright?
stop. Turn back.
Yes, you do, in fact, hear it, but it sounds like someone's yelling at you from the other end of a hallway. And you look up, because that's the direction that you heard the sound coming from.
Yeah.
Just stick my hand out and wave at him.
You see a very small, distant figure waving at you.
I'll cast. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll cast a mage hand as far out, 30 feet out from me, and it'll wave back at him.
Okay, so you see his doofy-looking mage hand waving back at you.
Give him the thumbs up and say, "Wait right there!"
The Aarakocra look up at you, and they continue escorting him.
Brr.
I follow
So
them.
he cannot wait.
The hand like does a uh-oh.
Yeah, and get dragged along by you as well. It needs to stay within the 30 feet.
Yeah, so it's like there's a field of area that a physics prop is allowed to be in a video game, and it's being dragged along unnaturally.
Yeah, like it's just being pressed against the wall.
Yeah. And it's trying to stay within visual range until it gets dragged too far away.
No, it's just going
Yeah,
along
so
with it.
yeah, Elsa just starts hurrying after them, trying to keep up.
Alright, you are currently in a different location in the castle than you've ever been. So what I'm going to get you to do is make a survival check.
Ooh. That's a 5.
You are now in what looks like an ornate bedroom.
Okay, wrong room.
Alright, make another survival check.
6. It's one better.
You walk into a storage closet.
Okay, definitely wrong room. Wait, where did they take me again when they first found me?
You're in a place that you don't recognize, which is why I'm allowing this shenanigans to
Yeah,
continue.
but I'm trying to recall where they took me when they first found me.
Yeah, when they first found you, you were in a different location.
So
So-
where did it take me after they found me? They did take me to the djinn, right?
Yes, but you're in a different location, so you don't know the exact route that you need to take. So another survival check.
Okay. Give me a sec. 'Cause something is going on. PC is not happy. Why are you not happy?
Too many tabs open. Please close some.
There we go.
Are you already happy to switch machines?
That's investigation,
15.
unfortunately.
Oh, survival! Damn it!
We don't have. He doesn't have to switch PCs before we have before we're in a fight or something. That's usually what happens.
Okay,
Right,
this
my
time
bad. My bad,
you
Pika.
open a door and your foot just sinks into a toilet.
What?
Hold
No,
on, are we in
It's a
China
very
where the
small
toilets are on the
storage
floor?
closet, and you're attempting to hurry, so you just walked into the middle of the room, and the middle of the room is a toilet.
Ah, bugger.
So they believe in a squatting here, is what you're saying.
Does he
Squat
lose
method.
any movement speed for having wet feet?
Unfortunately, no. But
Damn
he
it.
does have to wrestle his foot free.
What do
So
I
make an
roll?
athletics check.
God, you're having a bad
13.
day.
Alright, you managed to slork your foot out of the toilet.
Did
It's
we
just sort of
also
all
slip?
in the floor.
Did we
Try
slip
to
into like
flush
a
your toilet, just see what
1940s
happens.
movie?
No.
What were you saying,
They said I need to
Tim?
flush the toilet.
I was
Well,
saying
what
like
was Tim saying?
I feel like we slipped into like an Abbott and Costello movie, like where he's just like lumbering through these like a hallway.
Basically. Alright,
Okay,
so you walk
another
out
survival
into
check, I
the
assume.
hallway. Yes, another survival check.
9! Highest ever!
Alright, this time you walk into another bedroom area, but this one is less ornate, and it seems like a servant's room. And there's currently someone sleeping.
Just open it, then slowly close it and go like, sorry.
They didn't even wake up. You just hear a loud bird tweeting snore.
Oh, don't make me look it up. Don't make me. Okay, you make me look it up. Damn it.
A bird-like snore. Either way, make another survival check. Oh man. Okay, this time you just stumble in on what looks like perhaps a library of sorts.
Getting warmer.
Okay. There appears to be an Aarakocra who has little glasses that are fit to rest on his beak and then reach up to his eyes. He's
Yeah,
just sort of
just let him
reading.
read it. Just let him read it. Just find my own way.
Perfect. Another survival check.
14!
Finally, you manage to find your way back to the stairwell that you came down from the Eagle landing pad.
I'll be right back.
That took forever.
Okay, so as that, well, technically before and as this is happening, we'll switch to Preben's character Explo.
Hello.
So you haven't been here for a little while.
No, I
So
haven't.
here's here's what happened. Just to refresh you on what was happening. The last time you were here, you were in the middle of an the fighting tournament thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's as it turns out, your companions controlled your character, and your character did very well, and you guys won. However, you guys could have easily died if it wasn't for some quick thinking and spell preparation beforehand. Basically, half your party died in a fight against a blue dragon. But they were fine due to the fact of the spells and everything. So you managed to defeat
Am I
the
missing
announcer.
any HP or spells or
No, you're
charges?
full.
I'm at full.
Well, if your spell sheet says that you have everything, then you have everything.
Okay.
And you're at level 10, I think, because everyone else is. So you can do that when you
I'm
have a
level
chance.
9.
Yeah, your character says level 9, but you leveled up.
Okay.
So you can level up when you get the chance. So, but after that, you guys found a room full of treasure. You defeated the announcer and found the room full of treasure. And then the djinn decided to teleport you to his castle, which is the place that you were at before. And when you guys got teleported, you ended up not where you expected. You are hanging on to what looks like a spire of one of the spires of his castle.
Oh,
I am.
great! Oh, great! You saw me coming for you, and then I went away to get someone who actually can fly safely.
Yeah, he went away to get somebody. However, then he just didn't do that and is trying to find his way back.
Yeah, so I'm at the top of the spire. Is it just me, or is it somebody else with me?
You're on top of the spire, and I'll get you to make like you're. You know how castles have those pointy things on the top? Yeah. You're on top of one of those, and you're hugging onto it, so that way you're not falling.
You're
I need
holding
you to
on to
make
it for
a
dear life.
perception check.
Can I perception check?
Yeah, perception.
21.
All right, you rolled well. You see Lily also hanging on a different spire, approximately 100 feet away from you, and you see Howler also hanging on to a spire that is approximately 120 feet away from you.
How far is Lily from me, you said?
100. She is 100. And he's... All right.
Well, that's problem solved.
All right.
For me, at least.
So you start walking down, and as you start walking down, you see Edo-san looking around confused, and I'm gonna have to, since he wasn't here to do this, I'm gonna have to fudge with the continuity a little bit. You start walking down, and you see Edo-san walking around confused, and you just sort of walk down past him. And Edo-san, instead of seeing all three, you just see the two. And one of them was shouting at you. And Explo just walks down the side of the castle and into a safe area. So I'm gonna get Explo to roll me a d20.
Normal, straight d20?
Yeah, straight d20.
I'm just gonna roll charisma because that's a 0. So
Sure. All right. You manage to walk into what looks like the upper area of that hall area. Like you walked through an open window, and you can now see the djinn just sort of sitting on his throne, focusing on doing something, but you're not sure what he's doing. He's not looking up. He's just focusing.
is he covered in darkness?
No.
I walk up to him and try to get his
we've been
attention.
talking about.
Yeah, he's the djinn that you met before.
I walk up to him and I try to get his attention.
All right. Do you walk down the wall before trying to get his attention?
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk down into the room, and you do succeed in getting his attention, and he goes, "Oh, where did you come from?"
Oh, I thought you teleported me here, but you kind of missed. My friends are at the roof, struggling to stay alive. Could you please bring them down here?
Well, I thought Ero-san was doing that while I was trying to locate one of your other friends.
Can't you just, like, snap your fingers? You're a djinn.
I'm focusing on one thing at a time, okay?
Oh, I wish my friends were here, please.
Okay? You attempt to do that, and he goes, fine. He snaps his fingers, and they're both there. And that's after Ero-san left. So
Ta-da!
Ero-san isn't aware of this currently happening. So we're gonna switch back to Ero-san. You finally found your way to the correct location. So you start
Yeah, go
walking
back.
down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just heading straight to the Jin's place, where he is.
Okay, so you're gonna walk to where the Jin is?
Yeah, because I assume that Lucius will be there.
Okay. You walk into the room and you see that all three of your friends are there.
Bit.
Explo, you're in the scene and he sees you guys and he's making this weird sputtering sound and you can hear him.
I just shush him and says that the genie is concentrating on something important. Shh.
Yeah, I know where he is.
The Jin just looks at you confused.
I expected the Aracrocrats to already brought him to you by now, because they did it with us the first time. Well, we met them.
All right. So as you said this, you walked into the room and the door closed behind you.
Mhm.
And you're a little closer into the room, and behind you you see 6 Aarakocra escorting Lucius into the room. And they're
Ah,
pushing past you.
oh, speak of
Ow.
the devil.
Yeah, and they push past everyone in the room, and they lead him up to the Jin. And the Jin is like, "Oh, hello? What seems to be
Yeah,
the
this
problem?"
was. Yeah, this is the other friend. I guess he's from out. He came from outside somehow. I don't know.
Okay, and he just sort of motions for the Aarakocra to go away. And um, do you still have comprehend languages? It wasn't over an hour or anything, Lucius.
The
Oh, he's not there still. Never mind. Oh, and he's gone from roll 20. So something must have happened. Perfect.
Just
um,
what we wanted.
okay. I'm gonna message him on Facebook just to make sure that he didn't die.
yet.
You sure he didn't just spontaneously combust?
That's
Because
what
that's
I'm
a
going
thing,
to check.
apparently. It's a whole documentary on the thing. It's actually quite mind-boggling. Because how stupid it is.
Okay. Well, he hasn't answered me on Facebook, but the messages are sending to him, so I guess
He just
the,
died?
the comedy of the scene is going to be lost for a moment as the Aarakocra sort of shrug, and one of them just sort of places his hand on his beak, and they walk out of the room. Because they were saying something, but you guys don't understand it. He does, probably, but he's not here to hear what was said. So that just goes by. And they walk out of the room. So everybody's here. You did it. So two doing? Since no one else is here.
Well,
I'm leveling up, and I can see that I can also have the endless jug of water if I want to know.
yeah, I have that already, so
Or a
don't do it.
folding boat.
I have one better for you. Alchemy jug.
I have it already. I chose that on my 5th level.
Okay.
Bag of holding at 2nd, alchemy jug at 5th. So 10th level. Maybe oh, it's a floating boat. It's not a folding boat. Oh, it is a folding boat.
It is a folding boat. Do the ultimate bag of holding, no, the ultimate carry capacity trick. The bag of holding with the Havertz, handy haversack. Just don't put one in another. That's bad.
Yeah, I'm reading about that.
But yeah, I also just goes over to Jin and sits by him and goes like, "Well, I've been completely useless."
Oh
He
my
goes-
god, bag of beans. What's this?
Oh.
1d100.
Oh God.
Yeah, this seems more exploy.
Oh God.
A bunch of random shit can happen. I'm gonna go with a bag of beans.
So he's Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes. Only worse.
Yeah, he's like
Because
beans,
I can make
beans,
people
beans for
explode.
days.
Perfect. So, the djinn says, "You're telling me I'm useless."
So what? Well, you're not as useless as me. Just being lost all the time in this building. Damn it.
Oh, so that's what that smell is.
What? What smell?
That stinky smell.
Oh, that's my boot.
He goes, and he snaps his fingers, and your boot is restored to its former cleanliness.
Well, thank you.
As a little gust of wind just blows the crap away.
I was just trying to find my way around, but I guess I just stepped into a toilet somehow.
So you found a mimic toilet? Is that it?
No, just stepped into a toilet. I was too eager to find people.
Too eager to go to the toilet. Okay.
No, too eager to find people.
Just quick question to you. If I choose the bag of beans, do they only get the 3d4s and that's it? Or do they respawn or something like that? Because it doesn't say.
It seems that you get new ones.
Each long rest then?
I would say each long rest. I mean, it would be very useless to just get one bag of beans and that's it. But let me just read it a bit more.
It literally doesn't
No,
say anything.
actually, no. It's just a one-use item.
Oh, well, in that case, fuck you, bag of beans.
Oh, wait, you're a one-use item? You're not interesting to me anymore.
Hmm.
Oh, that's just the reaction I get from you.
Well, one thing you could do, if you want, something going on with my throat.
What
I might
the
go get a
hell?
drink.
There's so many one-time use items here. The chime of opening?
Well, that's actually multiple use.
Yeah, 10, and then it cracks and gets destroyed.
Here's what you can do.
I'm just gonna go with a hard sandy haversack or whatever.
The
I'm gonna
ultimate
put
carrying combo.
the
Well,
ultimate
what I was
carrying
gonna
combo.
say, unless if you don't want to do it, is you can make an artifact
Ooh,
if you want.
a homebrew one?
You can
No,
basically roll random things to see what you get.
Yeah, I'm definitely just gonna go with the hard sack.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go get a drink because something going on with my throat.
Okay, then I will do that as well. Just give me a bloody sec. Because I need to fix some things. Because my thing is not happy. Damn it.
Is your computer dying on you?
No, it's just being odd.
So it's dying on you.
No, it's not dying on me. It's too young
kinda
for
dying on
that.
you. It's too young!
Literally, it's less than a year old.
It hasn't even been penetrated yet.
Technically.
Demonetized!
He already has been demonetized, believe me. So many times.
Of course, yes. He's playing D&D with us.
Oh no, thanks to me.
Thanks to all of us, I think.
No,
Too much
mostly thanks to
swearing.
me, I think.
What did you do?
Huh? That's me.
He's alive! We thought you just
Yep.
died.
No, I said I had to go for a minute.
Oh.
It turned into a little bit longer than a minute because I had to help
I
Lonnie
think
get her
you
money.
actually muted yourself before you said that because nobody got it.
No, I said it right when
Well,
somebody else was saying something, and I was just like, fuck it. Hopefully somebody heard me.
Ah, fuck it. You did
Lonnie
the right
should be here
choice.
in the next, 10 minutes.
Okay,
0.6.
so
But I have returned. I am here.
you missed a
Fuck.
comedy
returned.
moment due to not being here. So
Ooh, what did I do?
So,
What happened?
joke's on you, I guess. Yeah, you have
and you made
antlers now.
everybody else miss it too. So
Oh, how'd that happen?
because the Aarakocra were talking and you weren't here, so
Oh, so they were like, the wizard is just standing here, not saying anything, just staring blankly ahead. AFK.
yes.
Yeah, he's
Into the
slobbering a
abyss.
little bit as well. Don't worry about it. He'll be fine.
You
Did
were
they kill
like
me?
a player in an MMO that left the keyboard.
Yeah.
So you were just standing there.
Staring into the darkness of the abyss without any motion or thought at mind.
War. It changes
Excellent.
people.
Sorry, I was just remembering a horrible moment with the shadow. What's going on?
What's going on? Just having a little bit of PTSD flashbacks.
Yeah, we're all good. I didn't kill
Yeah, we're all
anybody,
good.
right? Looking around real quick, like, no, I don't see no dead bodies or holes. All right, cool, yeah, no, we're good. This was a good episode. This was a good episode.
He says
Fun time, fun time.
non-casually like it's nothing.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah, the djinns
Beautiful.
there. What do you guys want to do? Nobody's
Look, who
been
else?
doing anything. Since you vanished, they basically just sat next to the djinn and did nothing.
Well,
Because they
I
were
should just
talking
say,
about magic items.
well, I said that next to the Jin go like, I feel completely useless. And he says, you think you're feeling useless? I feel completely useless. Well, I just ran around the building not finding anything, and here they are right now.
Yeah, and the djinn cleaned his foot because his foot was stinky.
I wish
that's
I was
nice of
10
him.
feet tall.
Look, it doesn't work like that.
I wish I was 20 feet tall.
It
I
doesn't
keep
work like
comparing
that.
him to about half of my thigh, like that's where he's about out. Like, yeah, no, you're not growing, bro.
Mm,
So
Like I said, he doesn't work like that.
you got the
How
money.
does he work?
Thanks for bringing the treasury. That was cool. Why did I show up way away from the spire?
I don't know. That is something that I was trying to figure out.
Can I make an Arcana roll?
You can attempt to.
I'm helping you. So, advantage.
Sweet. 27.
Wow. So the technical answer to that question is probably something that I won't be able to just make up on the spot. So the
Cool.
simple answer is that sometimes teleportation gets screwy. Especially if you're not using a teleportation circle.
Okay.
Especially on a Friday.
Sometimes just the
Friday.
flow of magic can throw off certain things, such as teleportation.
Okay. So I'll kind of relay a little bit of that back to the genie and be like, does that make sense?
Yeah, kind of. Might
Can I
explain
see-
why some of my visitors never show up.
That sounds extremely worrying, you know that?
I'm going to actually full on face palm right in front of him, like right at the top of my forehead, and then slide it all the way down.
I never thought about that, but that makes perfect sense.
All right. So
You know, it is not very comforting what you just said, you know that, right?
I think it's fun.
Oh, yeah,
definitely
shut up,
I'm gonna
Rex Flow.
I'm gonna get everyone to make a perception check.
Oh, fuck's sake. I'm not at the computer.
I've noticed.
Yeah, you know, Timothy
30.
died, so I just went away to make popcorn.
Okay.
Sorry.
What did you say,
I
perception?
resurrected.
Yep.
Reception.
Perception.
Oh,
Yeah.
shucks anyway, so.
Okay. Perfect. I guess I'm gonna have to roll for the other two.
No, I rolled a 13.
No, the other two who are not.
Oh,
here.
those two.
Oh, those two, huh?
Oh, it's almost as if there are two people who aren't here. Oh.
I
It's
just
so
blanked it.
magical.
Excuse me.
It's almost as if there are two
Everyone
people
can make
who...
mistakes, damn it.
Sometimes there are people who aren't here and I don't notice.
Hmm. And then the rolls show up, so I think there's ghosts.
Okay. Perception. Whoops, I rolled for Ost. That character is dead.
Whoa.
That
It's
is
a
a literal
perception check
ghost.
from beyond the grave.
So if Ost's ghost was there, he would have saw a lot.
Well, maybe it can be a perception check from the grave?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I was gonna say, that perception score doesn't look low enough to be Lily's. Okay, so... Perfect. Okay.
I will be right back again. I should be
Perfect.
more than a minute or two.
It's perfect, because he might be the only person who noticed this anyway.
Which means you can do what you want, because he's not here. Oh, sorry,
Not
nobody noticed the giant coming to
cool.
crush you all. Ow.
Okay. So he's gonna roll a perception.
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 Yep. It's perfect. He's the only one who noticed.
Perfect. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, he's the only one who noticed, so.
Oh, buggy bug.
Buckety
So,
buck.
yeah, continue. He probably wouldn't tell you guys anyway, so.
Oh, for bug's sake.
I want to be 30 feet tall.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink, but I can still talk and do stuff.
Oh, I thought you were going to switch machines.
No. Well, how late is it? Oh,
This is the most entertaining episode.
I'm going to go grab a drink. Soon here. I'll be with you guys. I'm just going to be an hour and a half late. No
Pre-bed.
worries. What?
Pre-bed. Stick a sock in your mouth, seriously.
What? I just said I'll be with you guys. I'll just be 1.5 hours late.
No, just when he said that I need to switch machines, I go check the time. It's 1 before 12, you damn bloody.
It's 1:12 here.
Well, your clock is...
So you do have to switch machines then. Is that
Yes.
it?
Well,
I'll be quick as I can. So see the view.
this is great. This is the best episode ever.
Well, thank God, because I thought it was going to be the worst.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right? Isn't that just wonderful how that works?
Because, I mean, I could let you just go on an adventure by yourself, but it would probably be a little better if there were a few more people here.
Probably.
We'll just say that you blew up the entire party while they were gone.
Well, I can try to do it.
We just wished for a gigantic bomb, and I rolled to see if it blew up, and it blew up.
Ooh! I wish for a gigantic bomb.
See?
Like
And
a
then
big
it
one.
blew up.
A really big one. And you're going to roll a d4 to see if it TPKs.
Sure. Why not?
And if it rolls 1, 2, or 3, it TPKs. And if not, if it rolls a 4, it's just going to make another chicken, but a big one.
Yeah, TPK. And I even have the evidence forged.
I'm going to call you Clockers the second. Wouldn't it have been awesome if the chicken actually survived the mine? And we actually finished the fucking thing? And then we got the chicken knighted?
That would
That
be
would
a
have been cool.
thing.
That would have been so cool. So, what you been up to lately then, Matt?
Not much.
Same old, same old?
Yup. Well, I didn't have to work today, which I usually do.
You said that. You had a day off. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, heard anything else from the Beard Bros or whatever it's called?
Not yet, no.
So they just said that they were going to get back to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup. That's what happened.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens actually after your channel gets featured. See if you get any rating spikes.
Yeah.
And if you get any major rating spikes, we're going to have to watch our profanity so we get monetized. Or we can just say fuck it to the profanity and you can just go around every damn thing and put in beeps.
But then I'd have to edit.
Exactly.
That would take time.
Many hours of editing.
Okay, perfect. So how are things with you?
Eating popcorn?
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Only bad thing is that I'm not drunk, which means I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Everyone needs to hurry up. Because now they're taking forever.
Well, Geo usually uses a extremely long time to switch machines.
Yeah, I know. It takes them like 15 hours to...
Yeah, I never actually kind of figured out why he uses such a long time. I mean, is the machine like 30 years old, so it takes a long time to boot up? Or does he actually have to walk 3 miles to get to the new machine? Timothy, good thing you're back. Geo is switching machines now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sorry, my daughter was being delayed in leaving, so I had to go down to help move it along.
Is Lonnie going to be showing up?
Yeah, she's going to go put him in the car with her mom right now, and she'll come back, power up her machine, which apparently is 15 generations faster than Geo's, and then she'll be up.
Pretty much.
I've also wondered, too, if it's like, so he has to take the hard drive out of this machine, put the other hard drive in, then take that one over to the other machine, take that hard drive out, put his hard drive in, reboot the system, and then he can actually start playing.
Or
because he's that
maybe
paranoid.
his laptop just runs on Windows Vista, which should anomalate to exactly the same.
I agree.
Not in boot up time, but because of all the blue screens when he tries to open up shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
It could also be the fact that he has 150 something tabs open on his Chrome. So when he starts a computer, it's like, holy fuck. All right, give me a second. Let me reestablish contact with this server. And now let's do it with this server. And then with this server.
Yeah, he was saying he
Actually-
had like 300 and some.
300 tabs open
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of funny because I was just gonna mention that I just saw when the what's it called in English? Fuck. The new graphic cards that came out about a year ago that everybody was so psyched about.
Okay.
The 1010K or whatever. Fuck, I've forgotten his name.
The 4K?
No. It's like insanely expensive. 1010 something.
Okay.
I don't remember. But it was the news of the age. It was super expensive and super powerful. And it could handle about 234 Chrome tabs before the whole computer completely just blue screened.
Well, he
Crazy.
said he had 300.
I think you just said he had like 100 and something.
Maybe.
Thousands.
100,000?
And hey, Prepen, I don't know if you're going to believe this, but apparently, majority of, like none of them at all, were porn.
Bullshit.
Right? That's what was going through my head.
True
Like, you got
bullshit.
100 and something out, like open. I mean, not a single one of them is there some titties or something.
Bullshit. I mean, if I had 300 open tabs, I would have guessed like 95% of them would be porn in it. Like, literally.
95%.
Because right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs open, none of which are containing porn at the moment.
But that's going to change.
And that's all I
soon.
need. That's all I need. I have Google Hangouts, 5e Tools, Roll20, LOL Esports, a list of Marvel cinematics, Facebook, and Captain America Winter Soldiers on at movies.
Nice.
The rest for it, just need porn. Maybe I'll throw him like a 9gag or Imgur or something like that.
That's when
That's
you're in the
about
mood to find some
I need my
information.
memes, you know.
I do understand.
Oh, and you saw a thing. Tim's character saw a thing.
What
Yeah.
I see.
You saw something.
So, when the djinn was talking about people going missing, he winked, and you were the only one who saw it.
What kind of wink? Like insight roll to see what exactly he.
Oh, sure. Sure.
That was shitty.
Even with that bad of a roll, you assume that he's joking. About people going missing.
So I would say, so everybody eventually gets found, don't they?
You mean from your party?
No, to the djinn, like in response to that.
Oh.
My character would say. So eventually everybody always gets found, right, Jeannie?
Sure, of course. Right.
And he winks again.
No, he does not.
Can I be 30 foot tall now?
He goes, one of your stature, if he were to be 30 feet tall, he would crush his own insides before being able to do anything.
What about 25 feet tall?
Same thing.
28.
Why don't you just make him 20 feet tall in a 5-foot space, so like a beanpole. Just straight vertical, stretch him straight up. No girth. Pencil dick. Women will hate him.
Can you make me a little bit taller than a dwarf just so I can annoy them?
He goes,
Oh, even better yet. Can you make me even tinier? Easier to sneak into places and steal stuff. I mean, borrow stuff.
Dude, he just hit you from a whole new angle. Going smaller is usually good.
Alright, he's just gonna cast a shrink spell on you.
Is he small enough I can put him in my pocket?
You
Well,
literally beat me by 1 second, Timothy.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I'm gonna look up the shrink spell.
Can he make it permanent?
Oh, he's got to make it permanent.
If he does, I'll just say that your HP is cut in half.
Oh.
Why?
Can he not make it
Just
permanent?
smaller?
So?
I thought I was gonna lose some movement speed at the worst.
So he has a lot of... he
But-
loses a
But
lot
thank
of
you, because I have
body
forgotten to roll
mass.
hit dice.
He loses a lot of body mass, which is part of your HP.
Which is 1d8.
Shrink.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's not in the spot where I thought it should be.
6 extra HP for me.
It's not... It's not in 5e tools? Shrink? Really?
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Okay. Okay, so... Don't know what happened to Shrink, but I know it's a spell.
Definitely wasn't 3.5. Reduce person. Reduce person.
Reduce? Reduce.
I'm
No,
pretty sure Benjamin is at that point when he should stop drinking.
Oh, here it is. It's called enlarge reduce.
Okay.
What?
So the spell does both.
Oh, okay.
And it says based on the spell that his size is halved and his weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal, which is ridiculous. Decreases the size by 1 category from medium to small, for example. So you're small, so you're considered tiny. Till the spell ends, the target also has disadvantage on strength checks. Target's weapons also shrink to the new size. While the weapon is reduced, the target's attacks with them deal 1d4 less damage. So, that happens. But if you wish to make it permanent, he's going to change what you physically are, which is going to change all kinds of stuff about your character. Like HP. Because he's going to physically change you into a different being.
What did I miss? Apparently, someone wants to be some other race.
Well,
I'm still bugging the
Explo
genie about
is
making me
wishing.
taller or smaller.
Explo's wishing to be smaller. So basically,
You know-
if he does that, then he's going to change into a physically different being. So he's going to have different stats
For how long?
Yeah. Well,
for as
if you
long
wish
as
it,
you are that size.
Cool.
yeah. So forever, if you take it from a wish.
Well, I did wish to be taller, and he said he couldn't do that. So I said,
Yes,
can I
because
be smaller?
his body mass would crush in on itself if he wanted to be as big as he was
if I'm
wishing
taller
to
than a
be.
dwarf,
If you're taller than a dwarf, he could do that, but then you immediately stopped saying that, and then you said you wanted to be small.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're smaller, your stats are reduced.
yeah, but do I get advantage on stealth? Since I'm tiny.
No. But
Well, then what's the point?
your stealth stat would increase. You wouldn't get advantage, but it would increase. And your strength stat would go down.
That's gonna be a major problem. It's already at -1.
Yeah, and plus the HP reduction would be the major problem.
How much are we talking?
Half.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and be a grown-up and say I don't want to wish.
Perfect. So that doesn't happen.
Hmm.
But he
Why
does
don't you just
shrink
do
you
this
for a
slightly
minute.
taller than a dwarf?
But if he makes me taller, do I get more HP?
Depending on what size you decide to be. But you could only turn into a normal or medium-sized creature. If you turn any bigger, then there's a potential for you to die just by being that size.
Wait a minute. Goliaths. They're medium-sized.
Yes. And your point
I-
being?
I wish that I'm as big as a Goliath.
Okay.
A really tall, big, buff ass gnome.
If you change too much, you may as well just be changing race.
Yeah.
Well, Geospec, so we can start gaming for serious now. So
Oh, okay. So that never happened. None of that. Okay, perfect. So, what do you guys want to do?
Well.
did he spawn in my mech bear, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I want to check out the loot.
He considered that a piece of like an artifact. So that is in with the treasure. It was there in the treasure.
Wait a minute, there's loot?
Yes.
Yeah,
Like a
I
whole
already told you about
chest.
that.
Oh, a chest.
Oh, there's more than a chest.
There's a chest and everything that was in the treasury.
Yeah, they found the treasury, and they took everything.
Can I make an investigation check for the sword that Howler was talking about?
He already
He
has
already has it.
Damn it!
Uh,
it. That's what you get for not being here.
yes.
They
Yeah,
basically
I'm gonna just-
took all of their wishes first and let you choose your wish last, which was a bunch of treasure in a chest. So technically the chest...
It's mine, so hands off, you pieces of shit.
No. It's my chest, because I got the potions in it.
It's your chest, but the stuff that's in it is his.
Yeah, we're
so
sharing
I
that.
just wished for a chest. That's it. An empty or a full chest with no items that are mine. Is that it?
No.
Explo
you
wished for
no,
a fucking empty chest.
no. You asked my chest to be filled with as much treasure as possible.
Yes.
Yes.
So all the treasure that's in there is technically his. Is the problem. And there's a diamond the size of a human skull. in
Mine.
And I also just gonna stop you right there.
Mine.
That skull, no, is mine,
Mine.
because I know the exact value of it, and I know
Mine.
how much it's worth. Thanks to
Mine.
me, you know it's that much
It's
worth.
still mine.
So it's mine.
Mine.
No, it's mine.
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 Mine. Mine.
Old
Okay, that
person.
fight is actually happening in the game. This is canon.
I
As
made
they're doing
the
that,
wish.
I'm walking
so it's
over
mine.
to the chest. I'll just cast knock on it, open it, pull out the giant fucking head, or like not that one. I'll pull the second largest of the gems, toss that into my bag of holding, close the lid, and then walk into the rest of the loot.
Hold on. I need to check something if I have a new spell actually, because I'm leveled up. Because I didn't check that levels.
As he's checking his levels, I steal the big diamond.
No. Okay. Then I say make me a strength save.
So how big is the second
12.
of the
Sleight of hand.
gems? Matt?
Sorry?
You get.
So one's a human head size, which, by the way, we need to get like clarification on that because there's like a manager at my work who has a massive head, like it is a giant fucking head.
Yes, it's
It
an
is shocking.
average human head.
Okay, so the next size down, the second of the biggest gems, how big is that? Like
It
three
is
quarters of
a
a skull?
it is a bluish gem, and it's approximately like football sized, like approximate, a little smaller.
All right, so bluish gem.
Would that be an American football or would that be a real football?
An American football.
That's big.
It's a little smaller.
Probably still not as big as the head at Timothy's work, right? The boss guy.
Oh no, huge, dude. We make jokes about it because he's kind of dumb, and we're all like, with such a massive head, shouldn't you be fucking smart, bro? The fuck is going on in there?
What's the movie? Megamind. Is it blue as well?
Oh my god. So yeah, so bluish gem, football size. Take that, and then I walk into the rest of the treasure, just taking handfuls of gold and platinum, and just shoveling.
It's still
it
my
into...
chest with my loot.
No,
Hey, no.
he took one of your gems.
I took one gem,
gold
and then I walked away, and I took that as a service to you for unlocking the gem from Erasan's lock that was on it, keeping you from your rightful treasure. I just took, my fee.
I don't care, but the big diamond is still mine.
Okay.
Exactly. I left that one. I just took the next biggest.
Instead of being knocked away, you shrink.
I have to do a strength save. I didn't do a strength save yet.
Oh, right. Wait, that's not
Okay,
a strength save. That is.
While these numbskulls while these numbskulls are doing idiotic stuff.
Okay, he gets knocked to the other side of the room. Also, just easily grabbing the gem out of his chest because the cone of freedom knocks him 30 feet away.
While that's happening, I'm going to
in your
refresh
face.
what Lily was doing. So, Lily, you guys got teleported to the djins' castle. However, when that happened, you guys were stranded on top of these little pointed spires on top of the castle because the teleportation spell went wrong.
Well, you are on the side of the room.
I am
can see.
currently.
I'm sorry, man. This is hilarious.
I'm currently in possession of the diamond.
And
no, you
And
can't.
I'm running away
because
from you.
You were stranded on top of the spire. One of your friends went and got the djinn to teleport you into the right location. So now you're in the hall where the djinn lives. That's all that we've been able to get done because of all the shenanigans.
Okay.
Okay, explode.
I have a study group, so I didn't realize it, but I have to leave in about 45 minutes.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Eat that.
I'm drowning in this chem. This chem I'm doing so bad in.
Give me a
You're
con
gonna get
save,
it.
you
You're
little
good.
shite.
I said you're good. You're gonna get it.
But there's no save against it?
There's a con
I
save.
wish.
Con save. Oh, that's good
Mhm.
because it's a plus 16. What's your DC?
That is
Oh, by the way, Matt, I've cast Detect Magic as
a
I'm walking
16.
through the treasury. So if anything magical is like,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
sticking out.
You're teeny tiny.
Yeah, but I'm still running away with the giant diamond.
Okay, I
So
just
the
want to.
diamond has been reduced with him.
Yeah.
No,
So
no,
now it's
no.
not that big, much worth
No,
anymore.
It's not that
first
kind of
off,
magic.
first off, you're all the way across the room thanks to Code of Freedom.
Oh my
My
god, that's
blindness.
right. You can't hit me with that. I'm more than 30 feet away. Fuck you.
Yeah, but as soon. Let me finish, damn it. As
No.
soon as I regain my vision, you're within 30 feet. You're shrunk, little bitch.
Yeah, but he's still holding the giant gem is now tiny.
By that
With
time,
the
I
gem
already
being
have my
reduced
regained
with
my
him.
vision. Because literally 6 seconds.
No, I get that. I'm just saying that if he got the gem and he's holding it, and you hit him with the spell, it affects everything that he's holding as well.
Well, I just move over to him, grab the gem from him.
Well,
That's
you
mine.
used your turn. Well, hold on. You used your turn to hit him with the spell. Now it'd be his turn to react.
What you gonna do, little man?
And
Shit,
you are
that's
near
not
the
very
treasury,
fast.
so you could just potentially dive into the treasury and try to hide yourself.
Be crushed by giant coins.
I could see him being like, "That was a worthy death."
Well, it would definitely be one of the ways Explo really wanted to die.
Surrounded by a bunch of money.
Crushed by gold.
Or death by snoo snoo.
Or that.
Death by snoo snoo would be the way to go for sure. Oh, that's the way to go.
It would be awesome.
Alright, so while those guys are literally fighting over gems, what is Lily doing?
Nice, Matt. Excellent timing. Right as she
She's
took a bite.
eating!
She's
That's
just enjoying her
actually- That's
in the
popcorn.
game,
actually
all
a
I pictured.
good idea. So while you guys are fighting, something is happening in the background. Does Lily wish to participate?
I'm eating my beef jerky! Sure.
So, the Jin just moves all the treasure to the side, and moves the stupid fighting people to the side too. So you guys are like all within 5 feet of each other, and the treasure is like 5 feet away from you guys. And he summons in, he uses his wind powers to make the tables tumble into the room, and he sets the chairs up. He summons the chairs down from the ceiling, and they push into the table, and everybody, he's setting up a feast.
Eh?
Nice.
Lily, stop
Can
eating
I
her beef
do an
jerky and start
investigation
eating her
check to
beef.
see if they're...
What was Lily doing?
Stops eating her beef jerky and starts partaking in the feast.
Okay, so he summons the same thing that you wanted last time, which was probably chicken.
Wait a minute. What beef jerky were you eating?
I was eating my beef jerky! Go away!
Because we have 2 kinds of that now.
Yeah, and it's really important that we know which one you're eating.
Yeah.
Her own beef jerky?
That's probably the best one to eat. Don't eat anything else that anybody else offers you. That's just a strong.
Except from Explo. Except from our son, because he knows about this as well.
Alright, so who was doing the investigation? Was it Explo? What were you trying
Me.
to investigate?
To see if there's chocolate at the table.
You don't even need to roll an investigation for that. There is.
There is.
Yes.
I start sprinting against the chocolate. My tiny little feet are sprinting against the chocolate.
Perfect. What
With
do
the
you-
giant gem.
Yeah,
Still
I
in
can
my
easily
hand.
keep up. Just grab it from him. It's mine now.
if you attempt to grab it from him, it is still shrunk.
Yeah, I know.
And there would be an attack roll, wouldn't there?
Hmm?
Yeah, you'd have to steal it from him. So there would
Okay,
be rolls
sure.
happening.
And
Sure.
his DC, his AC should be higher since he's so tiny, right?
Wee.
I'll give him an extra 1.
What do I need to? Okay, just what do I need to roll? Just to be fast and grab it from him or something?
Roll an unproficient melee attack.
Which of the two do you use? Dexterity or strength? I don't know.
It's up to you. Which one do you want to use? Are you trying to like basically smack it out of his little hands? Or are you trying to be all like,
I'm gonna be like,
My
yoink.
whittle hands.
I'm gonna yoink it.
With
20.
just a 20?
Yeah, he rolled an unproficient melee attack against you, so he hits. But now
So-
you have to try to hold on to it, and your strength is lowered because you're small. So you have to.
wait,
So
what's
it's
your
a
AC?
-2 then.
So you
So
have
I-
to roll.
I have to natural 20 it, doesn't I? Don't I?
You have to get a 20.
Well, I got a 5.
It's
Wait, what's your
But
AC
5 plus
normally?
15 is natural 20, so ha! Still mine.
No, it's not.
What's your normal AC?
Hmm?
What's your normal AC?
18.
Oh, so yeah, the tiny only gave you 19. So he stole
Alright.
it from you.
Yeah. So, yeah, he has a tiny gem.
Is there like a
Uh,
big bowl of chocolate pudding?
Sure.
Yeah, I will
Expo
just.
is gonna swan dive into that.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Pick him up and just drop him into the pudding.
Perfect.
You-
That
You
happens.
hear a little cannonball!
Gio, what's Artisan again?
Hi, Elf.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's a douche.
Perfect. So,
Accurate.
So the feast is before you.
Oh, just be glad I'm not like, I'm gonna let go of enlarge and reduce and let him grow big now.
It only lasts for 1 minute anyway.
Oh,
But it's
You better
totally gonna
wanna-
ruin the pudding feast.
oh boy, you better want to hurry then.
You better eat that pudding fast.
I'm
I
gonna
just
just
grab-
continue to loot from the treasury.
Okay.
Okay, roll me a wisdom save.
Me?
No, Lucius,
Why?
old person.
You hit me with a hold person?
I do.
So 16?
You just make it.
Okay.
If that was
when
me,
I
you'd
noticed that
not
you hit
make
me
it,
with a
but
hold person,
Just don't steal my stuff. Our
banish
stuff.
him. Banish him. It's my stuff. It's my chest.
Tim, could you be banished?
Yeah, you can.
I am not on my own plane.
None of you are.
I will actually tell you, like, if you try something like that again, I will just send you away. I have warned you before about doing stuff like this. I am taking my share. I am not
You're taking
really
more
hungry
than
at the
your
moment.
share.
You do not know anything.
I
How do you know that I'm taking more than my share?
You think I didn't hear the chest open or something?
Yes, I unlocked it for Explo, and then I took
Sure.
my charge for the service.
Sure.
Yeah. You helped the thief in the squad to open a chest.
Technically, Aro-san, the gems were his. It was his wish to have, and he wished for that.
So screw you.
They're saying that Explode just wished for a treasure chest, and it was empty. And
Full of
Aerosol wished
money.
for it to be full.
No, you wished for a chest full of money. I wished for gems.
Now, you wished for the potions.
Yes. But
Who
you
wished for the
first.
gems?
The gems was yours.
But let me
The difference was that you gave your treasure out, Aeroson. Me and Howler got the rest of the treasury, all of it, which we could have just claimed for ourselves, but we have not. We have agreed to split it and give out part of it to everybody in our
You
plan.
guys realize that we have been bickering about this for 20 minutes, right?
Yes. I just want
I'm
to
still
say,
eating!
As this happens, the
I'm
Jin
still
to
says,
also
swimming
go
in
through
pudding.
the treasury to look and see if there's any magical items.
as
I
this
have currently
happens,
detect magic up, and I'm trying to see if there's anything else of that value.
okay,
And
you're
what's the genie
explaining what
doing?
you're doing. Here's what happens. The Jin sees the bickering and he says, "This is quite distasteful." And he snaps his fingers. Edo-san and Lucius and all the treasure are now in some other location that is poorly lit and surrounded in stone.
Oh, good thing I.
When he says this is distasteful, can I say, no, it's actually very good?
Yes, that happens, and then they teleport away.
Okay.
Well, good thing I have dark vision.
So do I.
Perfect.
Well,
So here's what you see. You're in a room that is 50 feet by 50 feet, and it appears to be some sort of cell.
well.
The treasury is here, right?
And the treasure is there.
I will look
I
at
steal
Aeroson.
it all.
Well, since you have to be my little monitor, follow along, and then I'll turn my detect magic on and then walk through looking for any other magical items.
You know, I can do
Or
that as
spell books.
well, right?
I'll turn back, then okay. Go. Don't paddle up my heels like a little duckling.
You know what? I'm gonna open the door for us.
You walk
If you
to
wish
the
to
cell
leave-
door, and the cell door is locked.
Yeah, good thing I have thief tools.
I would have just blown the door, but yeah. You do you, boo boo.
Wow. Wow.
The door unlocks, and it pops open. It starts to swing open, and an Aarakocra walks out of seemingly nowhere from down the hallway, and he closes the door and locks it again.
The hell
You see?
And then
That
he
is why it's
continues
always hard to
patrolling.
blow up the door instead.
He continues patrolling. This time you do not succeed.
Elsa just sticks his arm to the bars and just flips the Aarakocra off.
And as he looks back, and then he walks towards the cell, and he just fiddles with something on the ground.
You're
And
gonna get tasered.
You see an image of the Jin appear, and he goes, "You gotta say the magic word.
I believe from like the back of the treasury or like somewhere in the middle of it, I believe that is please or sometimes even pretty please.
Gee whiz, I didn't know that.
Alright, so I'll give you the results of your detect magic now, Lucius. There are about... Actually, I'm gonna roll. Oh, that's bad luck. No, I'm gonna do it again, because that's no fun.
An even lower number.
No.
No, better number.
So, yeah, that other number was too low. But you see approximately 658 different points of light, all from different schools of magic.
I will go through and start collecting them. Just picking them up, pulling them out, kind of laying them out near like the pathway, because I'm imagining there's like pathways through the piles of gold and copper and silver and platinum and just
Well, when he pushed it all to the side, it all went into one pile. So
all right.
It's just a big pile now.
So then I'll just be pulling them out and casting Identify on them and like seeing what like each one does. If it's something that I'm like, okay, this is something that can be useful for somebody in the party, I'll put it to the side. If it's just, oh, this is something that we can just sell or, potentially sell when we eventually get to a market, put it into a different pile.
Okay.
I'll also try...
Just write down in your inventory that there are 658 magical items that are currently not done anything with yet.
Also going to have my owl start sifting through the actual coinage and trying to come up with basically, put gold in this pile, put silver in this pile, put copper in this pile, platinum in this pile. You have electrum.
And it is an owl, so it has a slightly harder time doing that, but it takes piece by piece. It flies over, grabs one, flies to a place, and puts it down. So it's doing it, it's just not the quickest process.
Well, if I have to, I'll just recast the spell, and I can select a new.
That'll take 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'll take the 10 minutes.
Okay. So as that 10 minutes is happening, Edo-san, you have an image of the djinn going, gotta say the magic word,
As it just says, it says, please.
And the image changes and says, did you really think it would be that easy? Ha ha ha! And it disappears.
Try abracadabra.
Open sesame.
Nothing happens. The image vanished.
Open
Pretty
sesame.
please with sugar and butter on top.
Pretty please, Dad.
The image is gone, and the Aarakocra is nowhere in sight.
So I also just make sure that tries it again.
Okay.
Gio, go over to the hologram. Just whisper into the ears, into his ear. I'm gonna suck you off, Daddy. Just see if that works.
No.
Okay, so
I'll say whatever you want, Daddy. I'll say whatever you want.
You pop the door open, and then you hear a... And the Aarakocra walks from the same place he was at before. He closes the door and locks it.
Yeah, I just want to say something before he could do that. I stick one of my bullets right in between the lock and, well, the door.
Alright. He closes the door closes, and it just pins the bullet in the door.
Yeah, it can be locked then. Like,
it is locked.
Oh, well.
It just pushed the bullet down out of the way of the lock.
Well, we're gonna be here a little while.
So how about you actually help me with something useful? I have found 658 magical items.
Well, let's identify then.
Hey! And the
Do you have the list,
octopus
Matthew?
that I just summoned,
No, I
my
don't.
new familiar that's going to be in octopus form, we'll start sorting through the treasure so we can try to figure out how much in coinage we have.
Well,
what
first,
form does it take? Sorry?
This time I'm going to do octopus because they're actually intelligent, and with its ability to move around and all the tentacles and everything, it should be able to actually sift through kind of quickly.
It goes approximately 8 times the speed that the owl would have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a better system. why not don't we use like set things in like weapons, utility, and just money?
The money is being sorted by the octopus, which
Yeah, I
is what
mean
it's
like
doing.
some like I mean the magic items like in combat, utility, or some things that we don't have any use for and just can sell off.
No, I agree with you, but we first are going to have to
Who?
identify them
Everybody's
to
dead.
determine that.
Is this a land octopus?
No, it isn't. It just reaches over with its 8 appendages and then just
Okay.
reaches over to the other location and puts them down.
Because also,
Won't it
how they do
suffocate?
familiars in this system, it's not technically a living creature. It's actually made of magical energies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
Is it like a
technically
parrot?
it's either a fae, a fiend, or a celestial.
Yeah. So I have a fiendish octopus sifting through
Yeah,
the
so
money.
it's not technically biologically an octopus.
Yeah.
So
It just kind of looks like it with weird scales and horns.
Elsa just sits by what was it? By Julius. Julius. It was Julius, right?
Who
Oh
she
my
is?
god.
Julius.
Lucius.
I
Lucius?
just remembered. What happened to my pet dog?
Jesus Christ.
What pet
Your-
dog?
Yeah, what pet dog?
The cute small one.
You mean the lava
Oh,
monster that just like
Yeah.
slob? Yeah,
Big
that wasn't a
monster?
cute little
It's-
dog, and we lost it.
Yeah, it ran away.
Aww.
And none of us let you
Aw.
go after it.
Aww. I'm sad now.
So you don't know where it is.
it's probably ravaging a building in the city right now.
Poor Saliva. She's all alone.
Probably
She's gonna
not,
do fine,
but
brother.
yeah. Either way, so here's what's going to happen. There's a bunch of utility items of unknown origin that you put in a pile. There's a bunch of weapons that you put in a pile. And there's a bunch of other items that you aren't sure what they would be used for or anything. You put those in a pile.
So Elsa just starts identifying the most unusual pile, the unsure pile.
How many are in the utility?
It's a third of each in each pile.
658 is gonna be 319. No,
A third in each pile. So that's
no, I'm trying to figure it
So
out.
200 and something.
200
two-
and so it'd be 219, 219, then 218.
Something like that, yeah. And the strange
Whoa.
items has 219. The weapons has 219, and then the utility items has
218.
slightly less.
All right, and then so magical weapons.
Basically, 99% of the weapons are basically just +1 weapons of whatever type. Just basic +1s.
Pretty darn good chest.
And you
I
said
just summoned.
unknown magical items, right? Like they're not utility or weapons. We're not really sure what they are, right?
Yeah, you haven't identified those yet, but you started on the weapons, because this is how we're going to do it.
Sure.
Because there's a huge amount of them. So most of the weapons, almost all of them, in fact, are just +1 weapons. Of varying type. So there's a variety. There's like pole arms, there's staves, there's staves, there's all kinds of
You
weird
said
stuff.
90% of them.
Almost all of them. So then there's like 3 that are different.
So 216 plus 1 magical items. Or +1 magical weapons.
Will there be enough room in the bag of holding for all this?
We have a couple. We're good.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
No, there isn't.
Well, the
So
genie
there
should
are
be sending us
3
all
that are
back to the
different.
temple.
There are 3 that are different. And one of which is, it looks like a hand hammer. So it's like a single-handed hammer, which is +2.
Mine. I can
And-
hit with my hand hammer.
There's a hoop, like a hula hoop looking thing that
Mine.
has
Mine.
that has a wood interior that you can put your hands on to grip, and you can sort of twirl it around and whatnot. That is +2.
So, weapon loop?
Yeah.
And
I'm a hula hoop this motherfucker to death.
there's actually a person who uses it in a fighting game. So I'll give you that in a minute. So that way you can get an idea of how you would use it.
That has to be from an anime.
No, it isn't.
Fighting
Mortal Kombat?
game.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a fighting game. And there is a, let's see, almost everybody has a better weapon, but so the final weapon is very strange, and the only reason you thought it was a weapon is because of how it appeared. It appears to be something that you put over your teeth.
A grill?
Except it has like sharp fangs on it.
And it says nigga.
No,
it's
it's
no,
golden.
no.
So it's a vampire grill?
basically.
Grill.
Does it have diamonds?
Vampire grill.
No. It's just
Let-
made of
let-
like iron.
Okay.
Jaws.
And it's a +2 weapon.
Okay, let
So
me say this.
if
Let
you
me say
use the
these.
vampire grill, do you get a bonus action for a bite attack?
No, it's just a weapon. You can use it as a regular weapon or an off-the-hand weapon. And you can bite. It gives you a bite attack.
So the grill allows you to offhand with your mouth.
Basic.
Okay, let me also say this. These 2 words, James Bond and Jaws. Do
Yep.
you know who it is now?
Yeah.
No,
But
Yeah,
you're
they're
missing
metal
the hat.
And they're all sharp. All the teeth are sharp. But they have a place that you can put like a regular human set of teeth in.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab a dagger at a +1.
Sure.
Sorry, that's not what I was trying to do.
You rolled it like 50 times. So
Yeah,
that's
no,
cool.
I'm not trying to do it.
And you got a natural 20, so there's that.
Cool, we're going to save that for later.
Yeah. I actually got 4 natural 20s in a row, IRL, with dice on death saves.
Really?
Yeah, Benjamin will tell you that this is true. My character was dying and I was actually trying to kill him.
Really?
Yeah. So he got downed, I got a natural 20, he got up again, started running, he got down again, and just the cycle continues.
Jesus.
Alright, so the utility items, they're varying. Like, you can put them on in various ways. Like, there's one that's a cloak, there's one that's a helmet, there's one that's gloves, there's one that's boots, various things. However,
We'll also be grabbing a light crossbow +1.
alright, sure. And they're all armor +1. AC +1. But they're varying things that you can put on in different locations on your body.
Okay, so sorry. How many were those?
That's almost all of them, like with everything else. And then
So
there's
like 200
three.
and alright, so 215.
There's three that aren't.
Okay, I'm back again. My internet apparently
On
imploded.
magical armors, right?
Boom.
They're basically accessories that you can boost your armor with. So they're not regular armor, like they're not a chest piece or a leg piece or anything like that. Not the important parts of the armor. They're the accessories that you would put on with armor that can enhance your armor.
Alright.
Perfect. And there's three that aren't. Those three are, there's a ring that gives you +2 to armor.
Ooh.
There's another ring that gives you a blur,
What?
which
Probably-
means they have disadvantage
Blur.
Yeah.
On attack rolls.
against you. And there's a hat, and that beautiful hat, it's got like a feather on it and everything. It gives you, let's see, gives you,
Disguise self.
it gives
Oh.
you, let me get to it. It gives you +1 on attack rolls.
Da-da-da-da.
That ring seems real interesting.
So you're like a swashbuckler, ha 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 man with that hat.
Yeah, it's got a big plumage in it.
Are any of them cursed?
None of those are.
Okay.
Now there's the various items, which there's a lot of. They have very
Eight down, only 650 items to go.
There are no. We already did all the other ones. Most of the other ones.
Got 219 left.
Yes, 219.
219.
So most of them are mundane magical items that help you do mundane tasks like farming, reading books, other various tasks
What?
that need done.
Well, reading books would be of value to certain individuals.
So you're saying it's a magical item that will help you read books. Does it like cure dyslexia or something?
Basically, if you have a hard time reading, it adjusts the size and font, some of them. If you can't see, there's other items that help you transmit the words into your mind.
So like 216 again of just mundane magical items.
Yes, that have various uses. Like some of them just hold books in the air if you don't have a table. Things like that. However, there are 10 items that are not that.
So 209 are
Yeah.
mundane use magical items.
Yes. So there's some that like help you shovel use a shovel, like they just automatically shovel the
Yeah,
thing.
there's a
to dig
shovel
up.
that just shovels things for you, and
Yes.
or it's like a trowel that you put to the ground and it just will pull the dirt up and out and like it gets tossed to the side, something like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Basically the thing that Mickey Mouse does in Fantasia. All items like that.
Well, thank God. If we meet the big bad shadow guy, we can just throw an automatic shovel at him.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'll
could
take
be
care of
done.
that. I'll just shovel this away. Problem.
Okay, so there are
No
10
problem.
more. So the remaining 10 include there's this large piece of wood that looks like a plank, and it is basically a thing that you can put in, like if you're being attacked, like if your castle is being sieged or whatnot, you can place this piece of wood on the hole, and it will automatically fill the hole. So that's one of them. So it's called a plank of automatic repair.
I'm thinking of some very kinky stuff right now. I'm not the only
So
one,
large,
right?
so a large piece of wood that can turn into a
Yeah, you're the only one.
I can't be.
I called it a plank of automatic repair. But unfortunately, if it breaks, then it takes a week to automatically repair itself.
That's funny.
So it's plank of repair.
Yeah.
But what if you use it to board up a leaking hole in a ship, but then you want it back? What?
You can retrieve it. Like you pull on where it is, and it will just come out.
Yeah, but wouldn't the hole come back?
Yes, it would.
Yes.
So if you want it back, the hole is going to come back. Yes.
If we're in a ship and it's starting to sink and you fix it with that, I'm definitely gonna go downstairs and steal it.
And then
Give me the
sink
plank
yourself
back.
and drown
What
yourself.
plank?
Perfect. Then sink the ship. Perfect.
Yeah.
Either way.
But I will die just a teeny tiny bit richer.
Alright, so I have 9 more to go. The remaining items are... Okay, let's see. Something that would be useful. You see a
By
little...
the way, as this is happening, I am filling one of my Howard's handy thingies. I have 2 of them, so one of them are gonna get stuffed with chocolates, just chocolate bars.
Perfect.
Just saying. So that'll be 20 pounds of chocolate.
Perfect. So it's a thing that's about this size, and it looks like a box of matches. Apparently, if you say the command word, which is sleepy, it turns into a bed.
Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
And it's a
So-
king-size bed.
Growing, shrinking bed.
Oh my
Wait,
god,
It's called a
what's
portable bed, yes.
you can
what's
use
the-
that to like open stuff. Just put the little matchbox between like bars and just say sleepy. Vroom.
It can
So-
be used in unconventional ways, but I will warn you that if you try to do that, then it may break, which might be a problem.
yeah? So if I'm correct, that thing can just literally become a bed if I say the command word.
Yes.
That's handy, Lucius.
It could be. Comfortable
And
place
it's king
to sleep at
size, so
night.
it's gonna be room for all of us.
That is what my thought was.
Yeah, we can all
It's
cuddle
gonna be
up
an
together.
orgy bed.
Orgy. Well, I was thinking
No.
more like lying next together, naked, to share warmth. But if you
No,
if
an
you want to
orgy
go there, we
bed
can go there.
sleep 8 people on it, and that's gonna be able to actually fit, the whole party. Because I know we got some of you short folks, but a king size bed, it's like, all right, I'm a tiefling, Eroson's a high elf, so we're laying down. Howler, cool. What? He's just rocking the middle. We're making a Howler sandwich, and we stick all the small folk at the fucking feet.
So we're at
Perfect.
the foot of the bed like a dog or a cat?
That's
Exactly.
racist, dude. That's fucking
Exactly.
racist. I
Your
feel so
nails
offended
look
right now.
wonderful. Hey, that nail looks wonderful. I think you have a little bit of a hangnail on it, though. You might want to check it.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 10. Number 3. It is a large piece of, let's see. It looks like a piece of broken cobblestone, and It's a large piece, and it is enchanted, so it takes up approximately 2 foot square. And it is as light as a feather. However, you can place it down in front of you, and it becomes like a 5 by 5 foot wall, and you can use it as cover. So it is portable cover.
Or a portable wall, basically, to like plug a gateway or a hallway.
You can use it in unconventional ways, but the purpose of the items is listed with the description. So it's used for cover. And it's approximately
Portable cover.
10 feet tall.
And that's one-time use, right? Or can you retrieve that as well?
You can retrieve it as long as it isn't broken, and if it breaks, you have to wait a week for it to come back.
What's the activation?
You just slam it down on the ground, and it automatically goes.
Just high walls, anyone?
You just slam it at the floor and you yell Trump and zoop.
And it turns
You don't
into
have
a
to yell anything to activate this one. You just have to slam it hard enough.
But you
and then it
can
turns
yell
into
Trump.
a 5 foot by 10 foot wall.
Yeah, it takes up a 5 foot square, and it's 10 feet high.
5 by 10.
Just so we're sure that me and Lana can take cover behind it, since we're so tall.
It's
Yep.
10 feet tall.
Exactly. So
Wall.
it's just barely high enough.
Yeah, we're very tall for our.
Barely
It should have
able to
been
get
like
underneath it.
25.
I'm agreeing with that.
Because they're having to crouch down right now in a really awkward way.
It's uncomfortable.
No. You are like, no. Nothing.
That's
God,
the
Gio.
point, Gio. They're making a
Gio.
joke. They're making a gaff, a goof.
Yeah,
We're
my
gonna
brain
get you
is
there,
not
buddy.
We're
computing.
making a haha. You understand?
We're gonna get you there one day,
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
My brain doesn't compute at times.
I don't think people from Geo's country can take jokes or what's it
No.
called? Irony. Yeah, irony.
No, that's not it. It's just me.
Yeah. It just goes over your head, doesn't it? Nothing gets
Yeah.
over my head. My reactions are simply too quick.
I'm too
Yes.
tall for it. They don't go over
Yeah,
my
Did you
head.
say erections or reactions?
Because I'm
Yes.
freaking autistic. That's why.
Okay.
High functioning, buddy.
Well, you're playing D&D with us, so yeah.
Okay. So give me 30
Got
seconds.
3.
The rest of the items are having mysteries about them that I need to set.
Sweet mystery of life, at last I found you.
Well, while you're doing this, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Hold on.
Okay, so Auto-san, these are going in your inventory.
What?
You have
You're
to keep
getting
track of
stuff.
these, because he's gone.
Oh boy.
Alright. So write down number 1 in your
Mhm.
inventory.
I'm doing that.
Alright. So... yeah, this thing isn't the best. So you pick up a sword. It looks like an unconventional sword that is hooked, and it's got like a circle on the end of it, like a weird sphere. That's what I meant. It has a sphere on the end. So you thought that it might not be a sword, but that's what it's used for. And I need to roll something. Alright. So I need you to write down 1 sword with sphere, 7v2.
Oop. 7v2. 72?
72.
Oh, 72. Okay.
I'm back.
Oh,
That took too
okay.
long.
All right.
I could also write down sword. With
One hooked sword with a spear on the end, and with the number 72.
Yes. Put the number 1, sword, hooked, sphere on end, 72. That's for me, because there's a mystery that you guys don't know.
Oh
And
god,
it's,
not another one.
it's an enchanted sword with +2.
With
It's
a
considered a longsword.
Hmm.
Alright.
Is it Infinity Edge?
You don't know what it is. That's the point.
We're gonna have to explore
Our bodies.
the mystery.
Perfect.
And I do that every day, sir.
Yeah.
No lumps or bumps here.
And that
Yeah.
sword requires attunement.
Especially down in the scrotum area.
100%.
Hmm.
So again, that sword requires attunement.
Alright. You want to note that, Gio?
What?
The sword requires attunement.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the next thing?
And the next thing you find is a necklace. And it has a design on it that looks like it has an eyeball.
Cool.
And I'm going to roll something.
I actually got a magical necklace the first time I played D&D. It gave me fire resistance, but as soon as there were flames nearby, it started to scream.
Oh!
Yeah.
Alright, so for that necklace, I need you to write 67 next to it.
Oh.
Necklace with an
Okay.
eyeball pattern, 67.
Yeah. Perfect. So, the next thing is, it looks like a single boot. There's not a mate with it. And it has a brown toe end, and then the heel is black, and the rest of it is this weird fuchsia color. And I need to roll something.
This has to be good.
And the rest is a fuchsia color?
Yes.
Fuchsia.
Fusion, right? Kinda? No? Fuchsia. Is that a color? Fuchsia?
74.
And
It's
74
like a
is
reddish pink. It's like a really dark pink, a little bit on the red side.
so 74
Single,
is the number
basically
you need
red.
to put next to that.
single boot, brown toe, black heel, and rest fuchsia color.
Yeah.
74.
Is that one of the colors that girls only can see the difference of?
Yep.
It's not.
That is not a joke. There is actually a bunch of colors that only women can see different.
I know, because we have
Yeah.
3 cones. Men have 2
Yes.
cones, mostly.
It's because we don't give a
really-
fuck.
Exactly.
It's a really,
We're not even
really
gonna worry
dark
about that
pink.
shit.
It's a really dark pink.
Actually, if there's a difference in cones, that actually explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some people, women, who have 4, and they see, like, millions of colors.
Yeah.
I personally think it happened through evolution because when you guys were collecting the vegetables and shit, you were having to make
That's
sure
the theory.
that like the coloring and all that was a certain way, and why we are so good at actually being able to focus and have better spatial awareness is because we were doing the hunting.
That's the theory.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Well, bam, science.
Well, weren't we created by God?
Okay, let's move on.
We're gonna stop right there. Just move on.
All right.
We're
So-
not gonna sit here and play creationists
We have
because
4
we're
more,
not
I
that
believe.
stupid.
There's a weird pile of belts that are connected to each other.
I want a
Ooh.
belt of ogre strength. Or hill giant strength, or whatever the heck it is.
I think you want Storm Giant Strength.
Maybe that's it. I don't remember.
All right, so
Either way,
pile of
there's a
belts
pile-
connected to each other.
Yeah, and they appear to be made of brown leather, and the metal is black.
Are they all the same belt?
They're all connected to each other.
The mighty
They
belt.
can't be
It was
removed.
not my fault, Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy.
Yeah.
And you need to attach the number 14 to that one.
Ooh.
All right, so pile of belts connected to each other of brown leather and black buckles, 14.
Yep.
3 more, I believe.
Yep. Okay. I was supposed to do this during the week, but I was busy. So
So
I'm
Gio, did you want to
creating
hold on
them
to the
now.
sword?
Sorry?
I was asking Gio if he wanted to hold on to the sword.
You sure about that?
No, that's what I'm asking. Did you want to hold on to it, or did you want me to add it to the list that I'm
Yeah, you
compiling?
can add to the list. I mean,
Alright.
I have the hook sword
Oh,
in
so
my
now
list.
you're sharing, huh?
Alright, so
I
it's
mean-
so
I-
hook sword.
Fucking
Mhm.
elves, man.
Yeah, it's
Whoa.
a sword with a hook, and instead of a pointed end, it has a sphere on the end of it.
Hook sword with sphere on end.
72 and attunement required.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, all these things require attunement. I forgot to say for each one, but they each do.
Alright, I'm gonna just attach that to so even the plank.
No. Just the ones that you're attaching the numbers to.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. The
Okay,
next.
and then the hook sword with sphere on end was a +2 as well, right?
Yeah.
Long sword.
Alright. And the next item appears to be a woodsman's axe. It is a +1 weapon. If you try to attack someone with it, it's +1.
Said
And it's
woodsman axe?
considered if you're going to attack someone with it, it's considered a hand axe. And I roll. You need to attach an 84 to that one. It just looks like a simple woodsman's axe.
Alright, so simple woodsman axe +1 hand axe, 84.
Yeah.
It's called Entam.
Okay, so we only need 2 more.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 2 more. 84, 72, 14, 74. 72, 74, 67.
Yeah, the numbers are on the side there if you need to reference them. Okay, so this next one is a piece of stone that looks like it was chiseled to look like a mountain with layers, so it's like it's got a point, and then it comes out like a frosted cake almost, making layers, and it looks like it was carved to look that way. Looks like it's made of a dark hue of slate.
Dark
that
slate. Mountain carving.
Yeah. And that one has a 62 attached to it. Alright. One last one. There appears to be it just looks like a stick with a circle on the bottom part with a metal pointed part at the bottom. Just a regular stick.
Stick with what on the bottom?
It's like a little circle that goes around it, made of metal, that's attached to it. And there's this little pointed metal piece on the bottom.
Oh, I gotta go, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
See it.
Yeah.
Bye.
And that one has 57 attached to it.
Okay, so stick with metal circle attached to bottom with spike.
Yeah.
And then you said, what was the number? 84?
57.
57.
That's just so that way when you go to use it, you can reference the number and I can remember what mystery I had attached to it.
Okay.
Since you have a bunch of them.
Alright, so I took 2 of the weapons out of the 216, so we're down to 214. Did anybody need a +1 magical weapon?
Well, Edo-san just took a +2 out of the
Mhm.
pile.
Yeah, just the light hammer. Yay!
But this one the one that you have kind of looks like a meat tenderizer. Edo-san, the one that you took.
Mhm. Still hammer sized.
Yeah, it's hammer size, but it's got like the little points and stuff for a meat tenderizer on the front of it.
Well, just need some adjustments. That's all.
That's gonna be super hard to use the nails.
That's why I said it needs some adjustments.
So did you get all that stuff there, Tim?
Yeah, no, I have it all written down.
Okay, great. So you guys are locked in there, and I'm going to say that it takes you hours and hours and hours to do that.
Yeah.
At least a
I
few
figured.
hours. So while the feast is happening upstairs, that's what you guys are doing. I'll see what Explo's doing at the feast. As you're turned back.
Still swimming in chocolate pudding.
Even though you're regular sized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so you just look like a human baby, like flailing around in chocolate
Well,
pudding.
not really swimming, just kind of sitting in a big bowl of chocolate pudding with a spoon, just eating.
Fair enough.
And have I managed to fill my satchel up with chocolate bars?
Okay, so you wanted chocolate bars, not chocolate pudding?
Yeah, I'm eating chocolate pudding, but I said that I wanted to fill my one of my new satchels, which is 20 pounds, with chocolate bars. If there are chocolate bars at the table, of course.
Sure, you can fill it up to 20 pounds with 20 pounds of chocolate if you want.
Yes.
Random pieces of chocolate.
Yes.
Varying sizes, some of them have fillings, all kinds of stuff.
Well, I'm happy.
Perfect. Alright, and I assume that Lonnie's character would be just content with eating random food, like chickens and random crap like that.
Chicken, cow, Eskimos, everything.
Perfect. So she eats all kinds of food, and all the Aarakocra that are able to come show up to the feast as well. There are still 2 seats empty.
That's weird.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why that is.
Mm-hmm.
And Howler's there, he's just having a good time. I'll let him next time, if he wanted to interact with the djinn at all, I'll give him like a couple minutes to interact with the djinn. And then you guys bed down for the night. And the Aarakocra comes around to the jail cell. He opens it and just lets you guys out. And he says, "A gift from the djinn." And he just waves his hand, And any items that you didn't already have identified, you guys now know what they are. Because it would have taken you, like a week or something to identify them all.
Yeah, it would have taken some time.
Yeah.
So he just waves his hand and all the items are identified.
Well, that's handy.
Thank you. I actually will thank him very profusely. Thank you, sir, for your aid in this endeavor. Is
He
there still
nods
any
and
food left?
he looks up and he says, "Well, the djinn usually doesn't like having leftovers, but you can check."
Head on up, just giving a mental command to the octopus to keep counting and going through the piles.
Okay, so the octopus is still counting. Adosan,
Yeah,
the cage
I
is open.
follow along with him just to get a snack. That's all.
Okay? Seems as though once you guys, the Erakokra, one of them, leads you to the feasting hall. And there is food left, but it's like scraps, like the parts of the animal that people didn't want to eat, things of that nature.
Is the genie still there?
Yeah, he's sitting at the end of the table. He's got a gigantic, like, like a punch bowl. He has like he has a goblet that the part where the drink is that size. And he's just drinking from it every once in a while, and he's just like every once in a while.
I will move up and I will ask him if it is not too much of a trouble, and I'll snatched up a plate along the way.
Mhm.
Could you fill this plate with the best that your feast had to offer?
Well, you guys were being very distasteful by arguing at my dinner table.
I completely understand, and I apologize for my part in that, sir. I simply wanted to go about my task before enjoying your feast.
Fair enough. However, I can only give you what I can give you. I'm not the best, not the worst, but I can give you something. And he looks at you intently. He's attempting to read your mind. Do you wish to allow him to do that? Because you can block him. You don't know what information he's attempting to access.
I'm going to go on a limb with how everybody else has reacted around this guy, and I will not resist, but I can track with where he's going, right?
Yeah, because whenever someone's reading your mind to gain access to stuff, it's like you remember it suddenly, for whatever reason.
So, is it possible in the middle of that, if I'm allowing him to like enter my mind, to then resist?
Yeah, he start accessing something that you would then remember, so then you would know that he'd had access to that one thing, but then you can block it from there out, if you want.
Right. So, okay. So I will allow him to go ahead and access my memories currently.
Alright, so he is attempting to access what your favorite food is.
Yep, that's what I figured. I allow him to access away whatever it is that this character enjoys so much.
So, what does Lucius enjoy eating?
What kind of cuisine do you have in this world? Or where he was
Varieties of slightly more modern cuisines than what would exist in... So, basically, anything that you
from?
can
Alright,
think of.
we'll say, like, big, fat, like, almost like Mongolian barbecue noodles in one section. Like, some type of fried pork next to it. Some fried vegetables kind of laid out in the middle. And then some type of, like, dumpling on the other end.
Sure. He just snaps his finger, and your plate is filled with that. However, he does seem to be wanting to access other memories.
As soon as he tries to do that, I close it off. I thank him for the dish.
Okay. And he doesn't act like anything weird just happened. So
Nope.
you started remembering something weird, and then you just closed it off. And he was like, he didn't act like anything strange happened.
Well, is it possible that since he tried to access that memory, that after I close him out, I continue to try to see what exactly he was trying to access?
I would say that would require an Arcana check.
All right. 27.
Yeah, he was trying to access your alignment.
Yeah, I'm glad that I went ahead and closed that off.
So he just acts like nothing happened, and he continues on with what he was doing. He fills your plate with what you wanted, and you can go sit down if you wish.
I do.
All right.
I think Preben fell asleep.
Preben? Preben.
Perfect.
Oh, Preben.
We want to play a game with you.
You're sleeping and you do snore, sir. You should go speak to your doctor about going to a sleep study and seeing if the CPAP or BPAP machine is right for you. It was for me, and I feel better since I started using it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
May have
he is
sleep apnea.
Yeah, I did.
Just leave it. I think he had a long week.
Can you kick him from the channel? We should go ahead and let him go to sleep and not have his snoring in the background.
I can.
What?
He can even... Oh,
Whoa! Oh, he's back!
he's
You
back.
snore. You snore. Do you know that?
Sorry.
No,
That's not off.
Perfect.
And I was saying, do you have a CPAP or BPAP machine? If you don't, since you snore, that's a normal indicator of sleep apnea. And I have a
probably
CPAP
do.
machine, and it does me good.
I don't have any machine. That's definitely for sure. But I snore just because I'm fat, I think. I don't know.
It's totally okay, Preben. If you want to sleep, it's late for you. If you had a long week, just say so.
I
guys.
had an extremely long fucking week.
All right, perfect.
Well, we
So
have a
if you
bunch
wanna
of
go,
cool
you can.
magical items. If you want to go off, we'll explore next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. If you're gonna just go not magical items, anyways, and I kind of remember that I have only eaten a candy bar today, or yesterday, it would be.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
still fat, right? Where's the sense in that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, it
You're
is
hilarious.
true that if you don't eat enough, then your body goes into starvation mode, which helps you keep fat stores. So that is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
That is
so
actually bullshit. I know that because when I went to school, I only had money for one meal a day, which was usually just rice and ketchup. So I lost 30 pounds.
yeah, but you were eating more than just
Or
a
not
candy
30
bar.
pounds, but 30 kilo. I don't know
You
what
were
pounds
eating more
is.
than just a candy bar. And it was
What?
healthier food.
Rice. Well, it was
Yeah.
one of those health candy bars. Those,
Sure.
Oh,
no, it was one of those, like, small meals or mid-meals or whatever, hunger control, whatever the fuck they're called.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go and be healthy and make myself a burger.
Fair enough.
And then I'm gonna go snore some more.
Okay.
you should do that.
See ya.
See you
Yes.
See you,
guys.
bud.
Have a good night.
Okay.
And then there
So-
were just 3.
The
Technically,
3
there's
that
only
started
2,
it.
but
You're
there's
here to
2
include
players.
yourself, sir. If anything
There's
is
2
that
players.
Disney has taught me, you have to include yourself.
Fair enough. So Yeah, you sit down and to eat the food, and the food is... It's not the best tasting food, but it's not the worst. It's almost as if he told you that that's what he was going to give you, and that's what he gave you.
The Arizona just take whatever scraps he can get at that, and well, time to snore, because it's been a long, long time ago since he could snore.
Okay, so the parts of the animals that are left are like a thin slice of meat surrounded by a lot of gristle and fat. But you can attempt to harvest some.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I have a meat tenderizer now.
Sure. I'll get you to make a survival check, because you've had so much luck with those.
Alright, so you took the one-handed +2 hammer, right?
Yeah. He did. You actually did well. So you pick up one of the serving knives, and you just sort of delicately carve through any of the animals that are left to try to get any sliver of meat that remains within them. And you do get a plateful after about 15 minutes of harvesting from various animals.
Well, meat
I'm
is
taking
meat.
the ring of +2 armor.
Aww. But
And
you're more squishy than me, so it's fair.
And you also recover from the bottom of the various dessert bowls and plates. Just a ragtag band of various things that wouldn't normally go together, but you have a feeling that they might in this one meal.
Well, you're saying that the scientist doesn't think he won't try experimental tastes?
Well, they don't normally go together. It's not conventional.
Well, time to. Well, I at least have a fill, and then it's just straight off to bed, because I also just missed a lovely soft bed to lay his head upon.
All right, you eat the... I forget what they're called. You basically throw together whatever you have in the fridge meal. There's
The
a specific...
leftovers.
Well, no, it's a specific thing. It's not just leftovers. Like if you have like chicken and I don't know, a random other thing, you just throw it all together like a bunch of random stuff. It has a name, but
Hash?
it doesn't. Sure, that'll work.
Midnight snack, I don't know, man.
It's fine. But hash is close enough. You and there's also like various potatoes and other vegetables, that sort of thing. They're all just a big mix of everything that was left that just had scraps left on it.
Like a stew?
Just take, sure, except there's no water.
Okay,
just-
that's definitely not a stew.
So you just throw it all on your plate. Your plate is heaping now, but it's all just random stuff. So I'm gonna get you to make a Constitution saving throw as you're
Yeah.
eating all this stuff.
Well, I'm not going to eat it all. I was also going to be offering to Lucius some, like.
But he has a plate full of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, as soon as you walk over, I just look at the plate and I'm just like, it don't taste that good, but actually no, he'd be like, it doesn't taste bad.
Come on, don't fail me, Constitution save.
Nice.
Perfect. So your stomach doesn't get upset at the various oils and uh, various
Foods.
substances that are being mixed together in your stomach. You feel a little queasy, but you're all right. You'll survive. You won't throw up or anything.
While we're eating, I am going to tell Otosan, I've taken the ring of +2 armor. I suggest giving the ring of lure to either Lily or Howler, and the hat to the other.
Well, let's
So-
say that Howler has in more than enough stuff that he's already attuned to.
Well, my thinking is the frontline fighters who are going to be engaged, these would work very well with. And instead of just loading them all up onto one, at least give one to the other.
Could help, yeah.
Out of the mystery items, I was thinking of taking up the necklace with an eyeball pattern and seeing what that does.
Yeah,
I
see,
was
when you
thinking
were
that between-
identifying the ones that have the numbers next to them, it just told you what it looks like, the identify spell, and it gave you no other information. So you would
So-
need a stronger spell to unlock those, which you don't have.
Right, so, which I'm thinking, like, each of us that are artificers or wizards, like, that know magic and, like, none of this stuff, we can each pick an item or two, and we can try to figure out the mystery behind them. I'm not necessarily 100% thinking we should attune to them before we find a spell stronger than Identify, which I'm not sure what that would be.
Yeah, it's a custom spell that just unlocks locked hidden things. It's usually things that artificers know how to do, but it's been a hidden secret due to the fact that they don't want just random people gaining access to your hidden magical items. So you have to find it. You'd have to go to a place where you think it would be and then try to get it.
The spell?
Yeah, the spell.
So one place that I think that might be is in the ruins of where the chroniclers were.
Yeah, that would be a possible location, yes. And the spell is just called Enhanced Identify.
But I definitely think that we should try to figure out what these items are. They could be of great use. The pile of belts could be an entrapment on anything even to the size of Colossal, with how many there are.
Yeah, there's like 50.
So, finding out what that hooked sword is, that dark slate mountain carving, I'm curious to see if it might react in some way similar to the that wall of cover. If you place that down and say the right words in front of you, it will spring out into a mountain range. That would definitely wipe out some of our enemies.
Mm-hmm. But can we done to you this like, I'm puffed for today.
Okay.
Alright, so as you guys are finishing your discussion, the djinn announces, after a couple of hours of festivities, which is just a big feast and him talking to people and laughing at various things. And everybody else laughing, of course, that's talking to him. He announces that the feast is over! And the Edokokra begin leaving the feast hall, and he tells everyone to get up from their chairs, which everybody does. And he just rolls them out with a big gust of wind, all the tables and chairs. He just rolls them out of the room. And the doors close, and you hear, Lucius, you hear some squawking on the other side. If you want to try to understand what they were saying, you can attempt to.
Yeah.
Do you
I
wish
would
to?
like to. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they were like, not again. Why do we always have to clean up the mess? That's what one of them says. So you just hear them shuffling around on the other side of the door, picking up all the tables and chairs that the djinn just threw out the door.
Excellent. I'm glad that's not us.
And the djinn summons in perfectly made beds into the room. They seem to fall from the ceiling. Like, you weren't looking up when they were summoned, but as soon as you notice that he's motioning up, the beds are there, and they just sort of gently feather fall onto the floor. and the sheets just fall on afterward, and the beds are perfectly made. So, the beds are perfectly made. There's enough for all of the people in the party. Plus, there's one master bed where the throne used to be for the djinn.
Okay.
So you guys can take a long rest if you wish.
I would like to take a long rest.
Alright, and Adosan made his opinion clear earlier. So, everybody else, I'll give them a chance since this episode was really hectic if they wanted to go back to do anything. That they can do it.
Hectic indeed.
Yeah. So, and they all eventually do their long rest. And eventually you guys wake up. So did you guys want to do anything before you left? Because he was going to teleport you guys back to the material plane.
I would go check on the octopus and how well it had done.
It took the entire night, but it did finish sorting them. There's like a huge pile of gold, a huge pile of platinum. There's a huge pile of each denomination of money.
So starting with copper.
Alright, so you're going to attempt to count it?
Well, that's something. That's why I picked an octopus, is they actually are intelligent. It should be able to have kept a count. Hopefully.
It can.
Or roughly.
It can, but how do you wish for it to communicate with you? That's the problem.
I'll cross the 30 feet, connect with it mentally with our telepathy, and then be just, how much is in that pile, and that pile, and that pile, and that pile.
Okay. So you do have a telepathic connection with yours? Because some of them don't. So.
No, yeah, I'm able to, after I hit 30 feet, we can basically communicate with no issue.
Okay. Perfect. So you hear the deep demonic voice of your familiar, which if you want to give it a name, you can, but that's up to you. But since it's a fiend, it has a deeper, darker voice. Of course, I mean, what else would I give it? So it tells you the approximate totals in each pile, which adds up to. So I'm going to roll for each one. Okay. I'm going to just copy and paste. Okay, so I'm starting from the lowest denomination to the highest denomination.
All right. So 1540 copper.
1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure there's 5.
So
5 different types.
Silver. 707 electrum.
Yep. Yeah, in this world, electrum is just an ore that probably was different before if magic wasn't affecting it, but since this world has magic in it, it's magically affected, and it's just a magically affected ore.
And then 1899 gold and 876 or 879 platinum.
Yep. You have all of that. Which some of the piles are, as you can see, slightly smaller, but they're still sizable piles of money.
So the copper is only going to turn out to be 15 gold.
Yeah. That's still a lot of copper pieces.
It is. And then 76 gold out of the silver. 35 gold out of the Electrum. 1,899 gold, and then 8,790 gold out of the platinum. And then
Yeah, that's
there was
still
more
a
gems,
ton
right?
of money.
No, I know.
Yeah,
and there was
there's
gems, too, right?
gems, but the octopus is smart, but not smart enough to be able to
No, I know.
appraise gems.
Oh, no, I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for the total number of gems, so I can just put down, however many gems unidentified.
870.
Unidentified gems.
Those are not including the ones that are gigantic in the chest that you guys
Right.
have.
Which we're going to have to deal with. All right, so 870 unidentified gems.
Which, if it was too low, I would have rolled again. Because I said they were big piles.
Yeah, no, they're... It's not
Actually,
bad at all. It's just they actually...
a dragon horde would be approximately this size. So, it's a lot of money.
Oh no, especially most of it's going to be in those gems.
Yeah, especially the large ones.
Mm-hmm. I got the second biggest.
Yeah, many dragons would be jealous to have a horde approximately this size.
Especially red ones. You don't want to fuck with red dragons.
That's another reason why I turned into one, bro.
Wait, you turned it into a red dragon?
Yeah, remember the
You're
young
not
red
there for
dragon?
that part?
Yeah, well, no, like Aristotle and them talking, or are we like out of character talking?
Oh yeah, no, in
He
character.
walked down to the treasure trove.
Okay, nope, scraps that.
So what is Erdogan doing?
Just waking up and, well, making sure everything of his is still working. He is a working man. I mean, if he had DT, he would be working on him.
Yeah, all your stuff. I don't know if you officially repaired your weapon, but you can do that.
That's the thing, that I need to mend that badly.
Yeah, so that's what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're casting mending multiple times to make sure that it gets into the correct position, which it does after about an hour worth of work.
So about 5 whole casts of mending.
Yeah. Because the metal needs to be bent into the proper place, and mending can only mend a certain amount of damage at once. So.
Hell of a job to fix that up.
Yes, it
Hopefully that won't
was
blow up on you again.
basically what happened, because before you do the mending, you look into it to see what happened. Apparently, a large particle of dust got stuck in your flame element and caused it to overactivate, which caused a slightly larger explosion than you would like.
Think mode activate.
Because you see, when you open it, you see that there's a large clump of carbon, which is like ash. So something got stuck in your weapon when you tried to shoot it that one time.
I can risk it, but then again, I risk having less velocity for my gun. That's like having a vent, so to say.
Yes, if you built something like that on, it would be less likely that it would break from something like that, but it would cause the explosion to burst out the side, which, yes, it would lower your attack power.
Well, I am not gonna sacrifice that because I'm literally damage cannon thanks to that.
Yes.
Hey, bro.
Sometimes you just
No
have
risk, no gain.
no goods, no glory.
Exactly.
But you're not sure where that large piece of dust could have possibly come from. You can roll a history check to see if you can figure out where it may have come from.
Now you got me interested. I'm gonna do that. Just give me a sec, just grabbing a few drinks.
Sure.
Oh, a drink.
Yeah, there was something wrong with my voice today. Because the djinn is supposed to have a slightly lower vocal range, so that way you can tell that he's a different character.
14.
And I was having a hard time doing
Yeah.
that earlier.
Can happen.
But anyway. Okay, with a 14, you have a flashback to when you guys were running through the ruined city and there was lots of particulates in the air from burning buildings and whatnot. You assume that perhaps just a large piece of matter that was in the air that was floating just got into your weapon, and then it didn't affect it right away because it wasn't slipped in all the way, and then it just fell in and got close to the heating element and activated when you activated the heating element, it sort of just lit on fire and caused an explosion.
Yeah, that basically disarms me for the moment being then.
Yeah, so it wasn't like you made a faulty weapon. It was that you were walking around in an apocalyptic situation and there were particulates in the air and it just got in your weapon. Something you couldn't have avoided.
Sometimes it just happens. Yeah, after that, Arison is like, where the hell is Lucius?
You look around,
actually,
he just returns as you finish fixing your weapon.
because I am actually going to come up to the genie, and I'm going to pull out those 10 ruined books that I found with the 6 magical ones, and ask him if it is within his power to repair them.
He goes,
Oh, I can fix those things.
and the djinn puts his hand up and he says, "If you mean what you were just using a second ago,
Yeah.
don't do that."
Oh.
And he waves his hand over the books, and the books are restored.
So I have 10 more magical books?
They're not magical books per se, but they may have interesting information in them. The reason that they attracted your attention wasn't because of any, like, they weren't enchanted books. They were books that had, like, magical runes on them. So they don't have the enchantment runes on them necessary to make enchantment.
So what should I label them as? 10 what books?
10 is interesting books.
Yeah, as soon as he sees those books, he just...
He just what?
I was just about to say the same thing. Huh?
Yeah. He's just hiding behind his back like he's bunkering down ready for something.
Oh, okay.
Because bad experience. Because if I recall correctly, you made me pull like books from like a bookshelf that then exploded in my face.
Did that happen?
Perhaps. I don't remember that happening, but
I don't remember that happening.
Wow.
sounds like a thing I would have done. But I don't remember
that.
But that's
yeah,
okay.
before you were here.
Oh, yeah, that might have been a thing.
Yeah, so Aslan's just like bunkering down behind his bed, making sure that he doesn't get into the blast radius.
Okay, well, nothing happens.
Just
doesn't blow up.
Just don't open them near me.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and put them away. And then, as I'm like, well, I know some of the other party members are still collecting themselves and may have something or other from you. But at the moment, I do not believe I have anything else other than a thank you for your help, the feast, your identifying the rest of the objects, and your transportation of all of us and our goods back to the temple, I believe it is.
Right. Yes. The place where they came here from. Well, the original group that was here.
Yes. And with that, I'm going to check on these books that I found that seem to be of interest. I'm going to pull one of the 6 magical books out and start to slowly go through it.
Alright. Book
Will
1.
be a deck save. Gosh.
Alright. This book appears to... let me just look at someone's sheet for a second. It appears to give you a... let's see. Gives you a +1 to survival if you read the entirety of it. And it says that at the beginning. And if you read the entirety of it, then it deactivates for 100 years.
Okay.
Oh god, you got one of those. You got a skill improvement book.
That's
That
what
was
that one is.
a stat improvement book.
Alright. So, instead of 5, that's or 6, that's now 5. If I have the time, I'll go through another one.
Okay,
It's
so
6 though. What?
to read the entire book, it takes 2 hours.
No. As soon as I read that, oh, this is a book of survival.
Oh,
like
okay.
Basically, like it's going to improve your
Oh,
survival. I'm going to close it.
Oh no.
Put it to the
doesn't
side.
work. It doesn't work like that. No, it only does your stats, not your skills.
No, this is one that improves survival.
Oh, okay.
So
It's a
I'm going to
different
put that to the side, and I'm going to pull another one of this. Now 5 that are still like I'm checking out. I'm going to pull one of them out, and I'm going to start to slowly go through that book.
Okay, yes, and it says at the beginning to warn you that it's going to deactivate, so you might want to, if you don't...
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to put this to the side because maybe I'm going to ask one of the other party members to use it.
Yeah, usually these books, because you may have looked at 1 or 2 of them to help you gain your knowledge that you currently have. They basically, not all of it is entirely sensical, what's in the books, but it's usually advice on how to do things better. Sometimes the tricks, if you did them without having read the book and having the magical enchantment aiding you, they wouldn't work. Like, there was one that was early in the campaign where it showed breathing exercises and it allowed him to move faster. The breathing exercises on their own don't work. You have to have the enchantment.
Okay.
So basically that's what they describe in them. It's like tips and tricks on how to do this, and then it tells you, but if it's not enchanted, then they don't work.
Right.
So, like, if the enchantment is not active, then it doesn't work. Because you would have looked through some of them that were deactivated. So, it's usually just nonsense stuff that wouldn't work normally.
But these ones
Okay.
still have the enchantment on them.
Yes, these ones are still active at the moment. So if somebody reads them, then they can gain it. But they have to take 2 hours to read the entire book. Even if you're a speed reader, you have to read it for a certain amount of time, and you have to read the entire thing.
Okay.
So, yes, perfect. So D20 for the next one. Ooh, this is not a good book. Okay, so you open the book. It has a similar warning at the beginning, and it says, like there's a certain part of the page that has a square on it, and it says if you put your finger in that square, the warning will go away. And the warning says if someone reads this book, they cannot stop reading the book until the end of like 3 weeks or something like that. They can still eat and try to do other things, but they have to be looking at the book.
It's a book of constant reading.
Basically. So there's a little square, and if you put your thumb in the square, the warning will go away, and you can give it to somebody to read. And I'll give you one more before we close out, because it's pretty much time to close out.
Alright.
Alright, now this one is a little better. This one, excuse me, is a book of good health. Gives you 5 additional hit points if you finish reading it. Deactivates after. And doesn't activate again for another 100 years. However, the Book of Constant Reading, after the person is finished reading the book, there's an enchantment to give it back to whoever's thumbprint, and whoever gave the thumbprint, and you can do it again, basically.
Basically hit the thumbprint again and then hand it off to somebody.
Yeah. So whoever reads it has to give it back to you, so they have to try to give it back to you.
Okay. So
And unless if there's some sort of circumstance that prevents the book from getting back to you, it always comes back to you. And then you can try to do it to somebody else if you want.
Okay.
So that's what you get.
Cool.
Alright, so unless Edo-san wanted to do any little thing before we close out, because I want to give them a chance to do things here.
No, not really. I mean, I have everything that I need, and I was about to head off as well.
Yeah, so we're closing out. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So nothing else?
Nope.
So since it was so chaotic this week, I'm going to give a chance for everybody else to if they want to do something here. If they wanted to do it last night, I'll retroactively change it, whatever. So I just want to give them a chance because it was so hectic. Everybody had to leave and come and go. So, yeah. We're going to look back at this for a little while next week, and then we're going to get into our rest month, is what it's going to be. So you guys are going to be able to take a month off and do some stuff at the camp. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, well,